All right, all right, all right. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Sound check, sound check. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know, let me know, let me know. I'm sending, I'm just not seeing if it's coming through. So let me know, let me know, let me know. Check, check, check. I'm on audio capture 2. Loud and clear. Okay, thank you. That's what I needed to hear. Good, good, good. Quick check on Restream. See what's happening here. We are live on Twitch, on YouTube, on Periscope, and I think on Mixcloud and Facebook. I want to see that streaming monitor. That's telling me that we're offline? Really? Well, I don't think so because y'all can hear me and see me. At least see my desk. Let's add me for a sec. There we go. All right, all right, all right, all right. Looking like a zombie over here. That's because I'm feeling like a zombie for a moment. That will change pretty soon. Okay, Restream is showing me as well. Let me get that Restream chat going. Yes, I'm easing my way into this. Let's just say that I took like a short little intermission, sleep, nap type of thing. Waking up feeling like a zombie. In a couple of minutes, I'll be waking up. It is what it is. All right, let me just get that stream manager over here. No, let me just get my iPad in place. So what's going on, everyone? What's going on? What's going on? How you feeling out there? Salute to C Goods. I see you. Nine Iron, what's going on? Dr. Jeremy in the building. We got Willie Hill on the building. Shalise Johnson is here. Waiting for the Rodecaster Pro. And yeah, it's back ordered. I mean, it's happening with a lot of our equipment now, especially the streaming and podcasting type equipment. Hard to get in some places. DJ Mikey, what up, Shortcut? Reginald, what's going on? I'm just going to ease my way through the names first. Reactor, what's happening? Mad Live, Chopwell, DJ Waves. All right, all right. Sound like Kevin Hart over here. All right, all right, all right. Who else? Yeah, I think that's it for now. Got to be honest. I didn't even get a chance. I'll do it in a sec to post that I was going live. And I'm definitely not in that phase that I can just depend on everyone to be here for a weekly stream. I have to promote that more. Panos or Panos, what's going on? DJ D-Boy 5, what's going on? Alfonso, what's happening? D-Boy 020, what's happening? Surge DC, what's going on? Right. Subject today, well, it's a normal, let me get my zombie head in here. Bang, it's a normal share the knowledge, and yes, I'm a little bit cold. I don't have a cold, I'm a little bit cold. This is my warm-up look right here. So it's a normal share the knowledge live stream, meaning we just talk DJ. I answer DJ-related questions, and I'll give you one teaser. I don't know if you've heard about the Q Up DJ Summit that's taking place this coming weekend, but that is taking place this weekend. I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to be giving away 2 all-access passes during this live stream. Those were priced at, I think, $97 last week. That was the introduction price. I think that price went up, and I think an all-access pass now will cost you I don't know, 120, 140. We'll look that up as well. So, yeah, I'm going to be giving away 2 of those. Let me just scroll down. I just saw something happen in the screen. I was not paying attention. So let me get my activity feed up. Oh, wrong direction. My bad. I think I just saw some bits come through the screen. 9 Iron, thanks for the bits. See, I did see correctly. All right. Activity feed is up. Yes. So I'm going to do a little quick Instagram post to let people know I'm live right now. Ooh-wee. What's going on? Just get IG up in here. Bang. Put my ugly mug on the screen. I'm going to do a live. No, I'm just going to post that right here. Turn around. Oh, no, we're definitely not posting my face. We're just going to do one of these for now. Damn, that's an ugly shot. I'm going to use it, though. Yes. Let's get that in here. Bang. All right. Live on Twitch right now. So, in the meantime, what I do want to talk about, since we just passed Black Friday and Cyber Monday, let's talk about deals. Did anyone purchase anything interesting for their DJ career, or for their production setup, or for anything else? Too late, Michelle. She always likes to screenshot and send me something funny, but it's never funny. It is what it is, MIC. Hold up. I'll be giving away 2 all access passes for the DJ Summit. Bang. So did anyone get anything nice? Any nice purchases? And even if it's not DJ related, maybe you found a good deal on something else. All right, that right? DJ Summit. Giving away? No, giving away. Come on now. Go. For me, I mostly got plugins, but I found some good deals. I made a video about it last week about a couple, but there was way more out there. So let's get into that. Jeez, my phone is not working. I'm gonna get it fixed tomorrow. The back screen is broken, and now it's not reacting normally anymore. So I'm gonna get that back replaced tomorrow. All right. Anything else I need to add? Let me just add Twitch. Twitch.tv/DJ TLM. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching anywhere else, come join us on Twitch just for the fun of it. And of course, my YouTube fam on YouTube, I know you're having your fun over there. All right, okay. I'll tag more people later. Let me just get it out the way. I don't want to hold my phone anymore. All right. So Black Friday, what did y'all do? And Cyber Monday. And I know some companies have deals that are still ongoing. They'll have deals for Black Friday, but they started like a week ago, and that deal goes on till whatever, December 8th. So I've seen like 2, 3, 4 week Black Friday deals, which is pretty crazy. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything? I got a pair of headphones, free headphones with my DDJ 400 as part of a 2-week-long Black Friday deal. Reactor says, nice. What kind of headphones? And I see a free trial for Ableton Live here. But that's not a Black Friday deal, right? That's just, don't they always have the free trial? Or is that a new thing? DJ Mikey, thanks for the follow. I got a pack from Native Instruments, 50% of the price. Yes. Their cyber month. For me, it wasn't that interesting now because I have like really a ton of Native Instruments stuff already, too much to handle now. But yeah, like I said in my YouTube video, for instance, if you use Machine and I use some of their expansion packs, those were 50% off. So that's a great deal. Or if you're looking for a virtual instrument, Native Instruments has some great virtual instruments as well. 50% off is a nice deal. I mean, there's even crazier deals going on. All right, so wait. I'm reading two different things. I see something about a 90-day free trial. I'll get back to that in a second. Zuri, what's going on? Let's see, what else? Papa Lung, I love my machine, working on an album right now. Yeah, I still love my machine. This is still my Mark 1 that I have over here. I want to upgrade one day. It's still working, even though I don't know if anyone has the Mark 1. The only thing I really hate about it is the USB port. Because, I don't know, you probably can't tell I can't, it's not really going to be able to show it, but maybe it is a little bit. Let me see if I can get that up. So I don't know if you can tell, but that USB plug, I mean, you can see half of it like sticking out. And it's very, it's not that rigid. So it moves a lot. And I've had it happen plenty of times that even a slight movement like this, so for instance, let's say that cable just gets stuck behind the keyboard for a second, that it disconnects. Now, of course, nothing happens to your production because you're doing all of that in the software. So your controller just disconnects. It's not the end of the world. But to me, it is highly annoying. Now, if you compare that to what they do with some of their newer controllers, and maybe they did the same thing with the Mark II or Mark III machine. I've never actually explored that. But for instance, if I bring this one out, and I know it's not a machine, but it is a controller. Let's see, which one do I have on screen right now? Let me switch here for a second. So this one, the USB plug actually goes like all the way in. So it's actually further in than just a plug. So they made it like a way deeper port. That thing is just solid. So for me, it's not that big of an issue, but just imagine that you're using this during a live performance and you lose your connection. That's not dope. Just imagine you're doing some live drumming or whatever and you lose your connection. You have to stop the performance, plug it back in. So that's what I hate about this. I can't remember. It probably was like better attached in the beginning, so maybe just wear and tear messed it up. But like I can tell, like if you can't even plug it all the way in, it's just far enough in that it connects compared to what I see on that M32 you just saw. You will not be able to just remove that. You actually have to hold it and yeah, really put some force to it. That sounded wrong in all kind of ways. I don't know why. All right. Let's see. Montel, what's going on? Serato Flip. Yes, they had a deal on that as well. Bobby G, what's going on? I see you. So Papa Lung, you have the Mark 1 with the Mark 1 software. Okay, because I do use the newer software. So it's still the Mark 1, but you can't use the newer software. So I did do that a long time ago. But yeah, I would like to go for, I don't know if I would do Mark 2. Probably Mark 3 or, I don't know, the standalone kind of appeals to me, but it's a lot more expensive though. So Waves, the 90-day free trial, that's for Ableton, right? I don't know. I thought they had like a free version that you could just always use, but maybe I'm thinking of different software. All right, Bobby G, I'm a software, and my name is DJ Bobby G, Underground. All right. No checkmate. When will the price of the SZ2 drop? I don't know. I mean, it's been out for quite a while. I don't know if Pioneer really pays much attention to it anymore. I have no idea. That is not an insight I have. DJ D-Ski, what's going on? Loco Lopez is in here. Salute to you. Juan Alvarez, what's going on? What the question is, when the CDJ 3000 price will drop? Yeah, we're gonna have to wait quite a while for that. In the meantime, I'll just stick to this hoodie instead of the actual player. I'm fine. Let's see. What's the advantage of having two computers when you DJ? Well, not for DJing. Like if you just do DJing with DJ software and DVS or controller, then you use one computer. Now, some DJs will prefer to add extra stuff, maybe like some production software or Ableton, like Ableton or something else, and they don't want to stress their DJ computer. So they'll use a second computer to have extra software running. That could be a thing. But I don't see an advantage for just DJing. So something like that, extra software, or if you're doing a performance and you want to stream, but you don't want to stream off your DJ computer, that could be an option as well. Otherwise, I don't see any advantages. You can only basically DJ from one DJ software at a time. Well, that's not actually true. I saw that. I don't know if you saw that video for the XMG, the DJ15, the DJ laptop. They kind of configured it to be especially made for audio production and DJing. And during the demo, the guy had, I think, like 3 or 4 different types of DJ software open and some production software, and he was running it all at the same time just to showcase what the laptop could handle. But I don't see a lot of real life situations where a DJ would use all of that together. How do you like the motorized haptic? All right, let me get back to that question. I'm seeing 2 chats at the same time. I'm being distracted by myself. Is there such a thing as the best computer for DJing, or will any computer do? Well, like I always say, you have to take a look at the specifications that are needed for all of the software that you are going to use. That's going to be important. So you want to make sure you have a computer that has a nice processor that can handle that. You want to have plenty of like RAM, so the random access memory. That memory is important because that really certain software uses up a lot of that memory. So a good processor, RAM, and enough storage that gets you started. In certain situations, a better graphics card will help as well. So first off, you need to know, what are you using? What does that software require? That gives you the specs you need. And then you go above that. So for instance, if you see that the software you use needs to have an i3 processor or an AMD equivalent and 8 gigs of RAM to run, then you should go a step above and go for like an i5 processor and 16 gigs of RAM. Or if it says you need an i5 and 16 gigs of RAM, I would go for an i7 and probably higher than the 16 gigs of RAM. You want to have that headroom there, and don't buy a computer that exactly fits those needs, because just imagine if in a year or 2 or sooner, certain software gets upgraded and all of a sudden it requires more power or more memory. Especially with laptops, it's a little bit harder with certain laptops to change a lot in there. So for instance, if you look at that, it's very easy for me to change anything in that studio computer. So if I need more memory, it's very easy to get more memory in there, or to change the processor, or to change my graphics card, anything, add more hard drives. That's a little bit more difficult with laptops. It can be done with a lot of laptops, but it's not the easiest, and it's also not the cheapest. It's way cheaper to do that with a PC. So make sure you go above what you need. Like I just said, the XMG laptop, I think that's the name. I'll double check just to be sure. I think it's the XMG laptop. XMG is a brand, and they make computers, and they kind of specialize in computers for, I think, a lot for music purposes, like music production purposes. Let me see, where is it? The brand was called Different first. Mojax did a video for DJ City like 2 years ago, and the brand had like a German name at the time, and he was reviewing a computer that was made specifically for DJs, and he was going to do a long-term review, but then the brand approached him with like their new version. So the brand name is different. It is XMG. I have not tried this. I know he has one now, and they have one laptop that is called the XMG DJ 15, and that one is specifically made for DJs. Now, the components aren't that different. You can get a lot of laptops with the same components, but they changed a couple of things in the BIOS, and they kind of modified it to work specifically well for DJs. That's the one with the DJ who's showing like a setup with like 4, 5, 6, 7 different DJ and audio software things open, and a bunch of different controllers connected at the same time. So in that case, you could say that laptop was made for DJs, but you will be able to find a lot of computers that will have similar specifications. They won't have that adjusted operating system, but that does not mean that they won't run your DJ software just fine. This will probably just work a little bit better in more extreme situations. So let me just take this one out here, because I do have my screen over here. Let me make that full so I can see what I'm doing. So this right here is the one that they call that special DJ laptop. Now the specs look cool. Let me just bring up the specs real quick. Or you can configure it yourself as well. They give you a lot of options when it comes to the configuration. And this is not like a promotion. I have no affiliation with this brand, even though I would definitely like to try this laptop out. They have enough ports on there. That's always a good thing for us DJs when we're using like extra controllers and stuff. I'm just trying to see if there's an overview. Well, here's the guy showing you, and he has all the software you see in the back. All of that is up and running at the same time while he's doing the demo. So we can probably not hear the sound right now. Let me see if maybe I can turn that on in OBS. But he has a bunch of different controllers and mixers and stuff connected at the same time. And yeah, that seems to work well with that computer. That seems to be able to run it quite well.
Now, in that video, I say the DJ15 will comfortably run every major DJ software.
Part.
So for the demo,
I think
I could, of
you
course,
can probably
open
hear
all the
him
apps
now,
one by
right?
one.
Can you hear him?
Show you how well they work
I can't, because my headphones are not
controllers. And honestly,
that.
I'm asleep halfway through that sentence already. So no, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to try something.
I don't know if you can
more
hear him, but
ambitious.
I mean, I'm not going to play that whole video. But
every DJ has
he has
tool,
like a bunch of different
so
stuff connected at the same time, and that seems to run just fine with that laptop. That seems to be something that works well with that computer.
I don't want that.
So I'm not saying that is like the go-to computer. Definitely not, because I don't know it well enough.
Serato, Traktor,
but there are certain brands who promote like specific things. Now, a couple of years ago, a lot of people would look towards gaming computers, because gaming computers basically had the good specifications that you would need if you were doing like video editing and audio production. But nowadays, I see a lot of computers and laptops that just have the specifications that are going to work great for either gaming or production or DJing. So there's a lot out there. And of course, and it doesn't have to be Apple. Just want to state that as well, because there's still a lot of people who feel that Apple is what you need for music or for video. That's the case. Hold up. Can I leave that
Rekordbox will play back the beat on this channel, and Virtual DJ will play back the group synths on this channel.
All right. Cool. Let me get back to the chat. Did you actually hear him? I did not see if that was the case. Could you hear the audio on the video? Okay, you can hear. Cool. Then I can bring another video on later. Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not connected to my audio interface. I'm not connected to the bad boy right here. I'm connected to the Rodecaster. that gives me the best monitoring for what I'm doing. I found that if I connect there, I get a little bit of a delay in my audio, and I can fix that, but I just have not gotten around to do that. So this gives me the best monitoring of my own voice, which I like. All right, let's see. I missed a couple of things. I'm going back up. So Loco Lopez, yes, I saw Ninth Island Entertainment. Yes. Meldino, is that the name? Meldino 10. Yes, yes, yes. Catchy is in here. Life of Timothy Dwight. What's going on? How you feel about sticking with Traktor? Been with them for a long time, but they've been lacking for DJs compared to other software. Is that true though? I don't know. I mean, I just had this not discussion, but I asked this question on IG the other day when there was one DJ commenting on a video or a promo by FaZe. And of course, it was FaZe with Serato. And he was making the comments like, yo, are you going to make like an HID type system for Traktor? Because Traktor is miles ahead of Serato. So I asked like, okay, in what ways is it? And he named a couple of things that were not really interesting to me. But you say that they're actually lacking. So I don't know about that. I don't know if they're lacking. And how do I feel about sticking with Traktor? You should just stick to what works for you. That's always my advice. So, for instance, if DJs are using virtual DJ, and I've had that question asked a lot, DJs that were using virtual DJ, and they were on the fence about sticking with it or moving to other software. And their main reason to moving to other software was because they were getting slighted by certain DJs, so-called professional DJs, who saw that DJ was using virtual DJ, and they were kind of making fun of it. So now that DJ starts to feel the insecurities and wants to switch, even though that DJ was doing perfectly fine with virtual DJ. So if software is working for you, why should you switch? So if Traktor is working for you, why would you switch? To me, that makes no sense. You should only switch if you feel that your software is not working for you, that is not doing it for you. Otherwise, stick with what you're using. What just happened there? Davalana, whoa, let me not mispronounce names. Davalava, that's it. Thanks for the follow. And we have Joisha, Josiah. I'm killing names right now. Josiah, thanks for the follow. And Meldino, thanks for the follow. All right. So yeah, man, like for real, you should really just use what you like to use. There's no reason to switch unless the software is not working for you. Now, for instance, with Traktor, there's a lot of features in there that never really appealed to me. You could do, I think, a lot more with Traktor when it comes to the MIDI mapping, even though I know it works in Serato and in other DJ software. I feel Traktor's focus was more on that. It was almost more on the producer type DJ who would do a live performance that also consists of more than DJing. I think Traktor's really made well for that. That's not what I do. So it never really appealed to me. And what always turned me off is the fact that Traktor did not seem to work well when you were using third-party equipment. That's not a fact. That's my personal experience. So for me, I tried it with a couple of different devices that were not native instruments. And whenever I used that, it just didn't work. And when I used it with native instruments equipment, Traktor works great. So for me personally, I saw the question in here somewhere, I use Traktor whenever I use the S4 Mark III. That is my only, is it my only Traktor controller? No, it's one of two Traktor controllers. I have the S2 here as well. That's like the entry level. But whenever I use that S4, because that is an interesting controller to me, like the small format with the motorized splatters, then I use Traktor. But I use Traktor in the same way that I would use Serato. So I don't really use a lot of the extra features. Now, there might come a time when I want to do like a setup where I attach machine. In that case, I would probably get a micro, but I would use machine software in combination with DJ software. You could do that with Serato, but I think I would be more comfortable sticking within the Native Instruments family for a setup like that. So in that case, if I was going to use machine and DJ software, I would use it with Traktor. That just makes more sense to me. Now, if I do want to use it with turntables and DVS, then I would have to purchase something like a Z2 to make all of that work well. But yeah, use whatever you want to use. All right, Richard, what's going on? Salute to you. I used to use Mixman. I don't even know Mixman. Mixmaster G, I do know, and he just entered the chat, so salute. Oh, you recognize the hoodie? I believe it's kind of exclusive, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's being sold on the Pioneer website, but as far as I know, it's not. Yeah, I like hoodies, especially in these colder times. I like hoodies. Thing is also, I can't really turn on the heat in here because there's like a big wall of vinyl in front of that, and I don't want to have a heat source behind that. So this is my extra heat right here. Quite frankly, what's going on? Execution style. What up, what up, what up? It should be a denim hoodie. Yeah, I don't know. Do they have nice hoodies now? I might have to give them a holler and let them send me a hoodie. Yeah, I mean, this one, I mean, the front is not even that interesting. If you let me just show the back. Got that 3000 on the back. King Anthony, what up, what up, what up? Felix, what's going on? Peace, peace, peace. And we got Rayad in here. Any DJ pool recommendations? Depending on what you're looking for, I guess. For me, it's always going to be DJ City, Beat Junkies, and that's where it basically ends for me now. But there's a lot more that are definitely good. Triple, what up? Alfonso, what up, what up, what up, what up? Let me go up. Back to the questions that I just skipped on. I'm having major glitches and BPM jumping issues on a Numark NV. The NV was the one with the 2 screens, right? I had that. I think I had that in the studio for like a couple of days, and I did a Saturday sessions video with that one. That's the NV, right? Because that's a long time ago. Any tips for opening it up and cleaning contacts? Whoa, no, I'm definitely not the person for that. Now I can't be sure. Somehow I assume that Mixmaster G doesn't only know about software and hardware from the outside, but also the inside. So maybe Mixmaster G has experience with like opening up controllers and cleaning everything. Now I make it sound harder than it is. It's probably not that hard, but I've never really been a fan of like opening up all of my own equipment, especially if it's equipment I actually need. Then I'm not going to experiment myself. DJ Reese, what's going on? Have you used and tried Ableton Link feature in Rekordbox? No, I have to say I have not ever used Ableton Link, mainly because I haven't used Ableton. I've had it on the computer a couple of times, never got into it, even though I know that once I spend a week with it, I'll probably really, really love it. So I've never used Ableton Link in any on any equipment yet. All right. Okay, it's not for sale. Cool. Yep. Yeah, I know. We definitely have that same friend. I was just talking to him earlier this afternoon. Just curious, when was the last time you did a public DJ event? A public DJ event, I don't even remember. It's been, that was somewhere in the beginning of the year. I did have a couple of shows with Brainpower in October, so last month. That was my last time on stage. Within that show, I also do DJ performances, so that was my last time on stage. But like the DJ gigs, we have to go back to the beginning of the year. So yeah, man, it's a distant memory. But streaming kind of made up for that for me. I mean, it's not the same as playing in public, but in some ways I can even appreciate it more than playing in public, because a lot of times when you're playing in public, how should I put it? it's the DJ's job to entertain that crowd, to rock that crowd, of course. But a lot of times, especially when you play in clubs, or I guess it's the same for weddings and stuff like that, you do end up in a situation where pleasing the crowd a lot of times means that you will have to stick to a certain type of songs, the more popular songs. Now, I would always make sure that I would get my flavor in there, but at the end of the day, you know what you came there to do and what you have to do. During streaming, I do not think about that at all. Streaming for me is the opposite. It's not me being booked to come to a club to entertain that crowd. Streaming for me is, this is where I do exactly what I want to do, and whoever wants to watch and hear can come to me and join the fun I'm having. So that's what I really like about streaming. And that makes me more happy than I don't want to say all of the gigs, but like at least half of the gigs that I was doing were cool, but you did not have the same amount of freedom that you would have during your live stream. I mean, you can take that liberty, but you'll probably clear the dance floor. All right, Chris. Chris is running Serato DJ Pro. Yep, same over here. I mean, I use Serato, I use Rekordbox, and I use Traktor. Traktor, I would say the least, only when I'm using that S4. Rekordbox, a lot of times in combination with CDJs when we have like club performances. If I have a club performance with Brainpower, we're doing like a 20, 30 minute set in between DJs. And here in the Netherlands, a lot of those DJs are using CDJs. I will come in with a flash drive with the show files and do the show from CDJs. And with certain controllers, I also use Rekordbox DJ or Serato. Yes, America, coming in from Brazil. Salute to you. Scrolling back up just to go through some of the stuff I missed. Oh, and like I always say, if you have a question and 20 minutes down the line, I've not seen your question, just post it again. Don't post it 1 minute after you posted it. Little patience as I go through the chat, but you can always just ask a question again. That's no problem at all. Yes, on virtual DJ, you can practically use all kinds of time codes. No separate DIC. Everything unlocked right away. Yeah, I never understood that in the beginning. I was like, do they have their own time code? But then I saw people using different types of time code. Yeah, I mean, virtual DJ just never attracted me being on Serato. So especially now, virtual DJ has grown, evolved, and they offer a lot. But it was still never to a point that made me think like, okay, maybe I should switch. And that's what I was talking about, like sticking with something that works for you. Like Serato really works for me. I like the workflow that I have in Serato. Rekordbox DJ is very similar to Serato, especially when it comes to the look and feel. So that also felt more natural to me compared to, for instance, Traktor, which has a different look and feel, and virtual DJ is the same thing. Algorithm DJ is the same thing. I use that as well, but that was not something that attracted me like, okay, I have to use this in some sort of DVS setup. But I've had controllers that work well with Algorithm DJ, and I've had a lot of fun with that software. Now I use it in combination with the DJ 400 and the iPad. So I'll have DJ running on the iPad and control it with the DJ 400, which also works really well because I only have a Windows computer here, and that does not run the latest, newest software for computers by Algorithm. That's Mac at the moment. But this iPad works really well for that as well. What else did I just see? I saw something just pass by real quick, and then I lost it again. What else? Do you like the music that's out on the radio for today's music, and do you play it when you DJ? Well, first of all, I hardly ever listen to the radio. And when I'm in the car listening to the radio, I actually have a business station on here, not music. And when I have music on in the car, it is the phone that's connected to the car, either because I'm playing music off Tidal or Spotify, or because I have my youngest son in the car and he wants to let me hear some of his newest beats. And then I connect the phone and we go to SoundCloud and we play some of his beats. So I never listen to the radio. Now, my problem during my last year or two when I was DJing is that a lot of the stuff that was being played in the club did not appeal to me that much. Even though I liked a lot of new music, a lot of times that was not the music that was the most popular in the clubs at the moment. And then we come back to my story that when you play in the clubs, you are basically in service of that crowd. And a lot of the stuff that was being played was, cool to me, but not really appealing that much. That did not spark my internal flame in any shape, form, or fashion. So that's, again, what I love about live streaming. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do. And I can already feel within a couple of weeks that it kind of reignited that initial love that I have for DJing, that I will always have. But instead of just having that for myself, now you can feel new energy now that you find that you can totally just be you and do you in a way that you basically cannot do it in the club unless you've built a fan base and you can fill clubs everywhere with people that just come to see and hear you and your style. But in most places, that's not the case. Are you also streaming to Mixcloud? Yes, I am. It should be on. So let's just see real quick. Restream told me that it's on, so it should be on. On the subject of Mixcloud, by the way, yes, I'm finally back on point, and all of the I was missing 3 crates episodes, the replays, the audio replays, and everything is now on Mixcloud. So if you go to mixcloud.com/DJ TLM, then you can see that I have crates episode 5, 6, and 7 have been added as well. So you can listen to the audio replay of my mix show, my Monday mix show. Now, if you want the video replay, and this is where Periscope comes into play, you can check me out on Periscope. So periscope.tv/DJ TLM. There you can find all of the crates episodes and watch the video. And I know there was a discussion like a week ago here, and after that on Cleveland Terry's stream as well, where Periscope was basically being labeled as obsolete, and I was not sure about that. This is one of the advantages of streaming to Periscope, because that is the only place where you can now still do a video replay of a mix. Cannot do that anywhere else, basically. Yes, on YouTube, but in my cases, I probably use songs that are not fit because my my streams were getting blocked. So now, right after I do my mix stream on YouTube, right after the stream is done, I delete it. And on Twitch, the replay can stay up, but like half or 3/4 of the mix is muted, so that doesn't make sense. And Mixcloud only gives you the audio replay. So audio replay, Mixcloud, and video replay is on Periscope. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to start adding links to each episode on Periscope, because if you go to that specific link, you actually just get a video page instead of being inside the Periscope player. So yes, and I can see now I'm on my Mixcloud page, and I can see that right here, I can see that I'm currently live as well on Mixcloud. So yes, it's working. And right here, you can see my crates episodes. The drop set episode is there as well. But yes, they're now online. It took me a little bit longer. The normal situation will be that you're going to see the audio version uploaded every next day. So the mix stream is on Monday, and I'm going to get the audio up on Tuesday. It took me a little bit longer first because on Mixcloud, I do enter the entire set list, because that also helps, because then the artist can actually get something from those streams as well. That took me a long time, because the first couple of episodes, I would upload it to Mixcloud, And in the draft, I would edit, I would hit play, and I would manually set every track. So I would look at the time, fill in the artist name, the title at that right time, move on to the next. I don't have to do that anymore. I found out that there's a way quicker way to do that. So what I do now is after I'm done and I've played in Serato, I can just go into the history and I'll upload my set to Serato, so your playlist. So whatever I played, Serato can send straight to Serato, and then in Mixcloud, I can actually import my Serato playlist. So I don't have to type anything. I can take what I played from the computer to Serato.com. It ends up on my Serato page, and when I copy that link, Mixcloud can just import that. Now, when I get it to Serato, I do have to do like 1 or 2 edits because sometimes it'll leave the same track in the list twice because I loaded, I do a couple of instant double things. Sometimes Serato will recognize, okay, you're still playing the same song. Sometimes it will somehow just leave 2 copies of it in that playlist. So then you see the same song twice. And you can just hit hide and move on to the next. I don't. Have you ever seen the Serato playlist thing? I knew it existed. I never used it. I never saw a need to upload my my sets to Serato to do that. But it's actually pretty cool for what I need it for. So long story long, that actually makes that workflow a lot easier because I don't have to type my playlists anymore. Man, I keep on dragging Windows over to that other side, but like here it is. I'm on the page now. So I only added the last 3, but once I upload them and I get them in here, there's that list. But when I get it in, go to edit. Here you can see that Serato actually already saw that I did not load that track once, but I loaded it twice because I loaded onto both decks. But it automatically sees that it's the same song. So in most cases, it will already hide it. Here, I somehow loaded it in 4 times. So I guess I did some instant double stuff. And in this case, it had this one on. Those 2 were hidden. And this one was also on. So it showed. But then you just click hide and it will not show up in the final playlist. So it shows you all of that. And then once that's done, I can go into Mixcloud and just import that entire list. Time code is there, everything is there. And that makes it a lot easier for me to upload because that took a lot of time. And frankly, time is precious and there's not a lot of time in a day. So yeah, that took me way too long. So that workflow is now easier. So on Monday, catch me with Crates, and then you can see the video replay that same day on Periscope, and you can see the audio replay the next day on Mixcloud. All right, let's see. Best place to download music videos. I see we get some of these same questions every week. So that only shows me that I do need to make like a separate post either on my website with recommendations or a new YouTube video. Like I always name Smash Vision, and there was one other pool that always gets mentioned when it comes to videos. So video DJ pools. Beyond that, I'm not really into it. I do have a lot of videos that I downloaded from Smash Vision. That was called Smash Vids back in the days, but there's one other that people always name in here. I missed a couple of follows, I think. Fonz for you, thanks for the follow. Salute to you. And let's see. Oh, it's my pleasure. Fonz for you, it's my pleasure, definitely. And we have Ves, all the way from Angola. Salute to you. Let's see. In Germany and the UK, it's popular to share one's playlist to copyright organizations so the artists can get paid. Yeah, I mean, that's basically a normal thing in more countries. So we have the same thing here in the Netherlands, but a lot of DJs never do it. Where we have the organizations, over here it's called BUMA, B-U-M-A, And DJs can actually send their playlists, submit their playlists. Like radio stations do that automatically. That's already in the system. So radio stations, the legit radio stations, always send that information because it's important, because they need to know how much radio play the artist's song received. Same thing applies for DJs. And that should be actually something that is mandatory, because it isn't here. At least DJs don't have to do it. The funny thing is, I used to organize events, and we used to have to give 7 and at a certain point 8% of our ticket sales would actually go to the organization that takes care of paying out artists. So to me, it was always funny that we were giving up that 8% of our ticket sales, but they never asked which artists were played that night, which makes you wonder, like, okay, I'm sending you all this money. How is that going to be divided? And where does that money end up? So it will make more sense that clubs would also have to have like a standard that at the end of the night, they submit all of that information, because then artists would actually get paid more. So that's what I like about Mixcloud as well, that Mixcloud, I upload and then I add that playlist, and that way artists will actually get supported. And I'm perfectly fine with working that way. If they allow me to use the music and it also benefits the artist, that's like a win-win situation. Now, the only thing I don't like about Mixcloud is there's a certain rule in place, and I think that's a US thing, that if I play more than 2 songs from the same artist, then if I actually submit that in the playlist, then my mix will get blocked in the US. I've had that happen once. I did a live stream and I was doing like a little Tribe Called Quest special. I love Tribe. I just played a bunch of their tracks. People in the US could not listen to that mix. They could, I think they could actually see it, but not play it. And that was because I had more than 2 songs of the same artist in a row. And it also applies when you have, I think, like 4 or 5 songs from the same artist in an entire mix, something like that. So that's the only thing I don't really understand, why that is an issue. Maybe one day I can have someone from Mixcloud explain how that works, because I can understand that's not their choice. That must be some sort of rule that's in place. Maybe it's a deal with labels where they feel like, hey, people can stream songs, but if it's more than a couple of songs, then they're basically just playing an album, and we don't want that. I don't know, but that is what I found. So I guess you don't stay current with new music and to DJ that kind of music for that kind of crowd. No, I would definitely not say that. I stay current with new music. But what I did find, especially here in the Netherlands, where I played like 99% of my DJ gigs, a lot of the new music that was being played was not necessarily the new music that I liked. And when I did a couple of gigs where I brought a lot of new music, that did not have the club going all out. Like, they were cool, but it was clear that it was not exactly what they wanted to hear. And that's going to be specific for each and every country, what's the most popular over there. So, no, I do stay current with new music, and I love a lot of new music. So that is not the thing. And in my live streams, I have a combination. So most likely in the beginning, you're going to hear more new stuff in there. And then I go back in time a little bit. Sometimes I bring it back and go a little bit further forward. But yeah, there's still plenty of music, new music that I like. So that's the same thing with the live stream. I can play whatever I like. So it can be the newest stuff. And I hate when people complain about there's no good stuff now. There is, whatever your flavor is, there is some of that flavor out now as well. But yeah, so that's my thing. I do definitely keep my eyes and ears out to see what's happening. Not the same way I would when I was DJing in clubs like 3 times a week. Then you are really looking for all of that new stuff. Even though in a club you don't need the newest stuff, you can be a month later, and when a song is more popular, it makes more sense for a lot of DJs to play. I was one of those DJs who would grab a new song the day it came out and play it, which did not always work for for the audience. But yeah, that's that. Thanks for the follow, Colin the Captain Hines. I see you. And Jeremy wants to know, oh, same here. I was trying to do a Cardi B birthday mix. Can you use the ATEM Mini Pro without the software control panel running? Yeah. I hardly ever have the control panel. The only time I open the control panel, are you talking about the ATEM software control, or are you talking about my live streaming software? Anyway, if you're talking about the ATEM software, I only open that if I have to disable my this one right here. If I want to disable that, get it off, then I go in here and turn it off. And I don't need it when I'm using OBS. If I have to change like an audio setting, I'll go into that software for a second. You're not seeing the software, by the way. Sorry, let me just bring it back so you can actually see it. Otherwise, it doesn't make a lot of sense to talk about it. Bring it in, bring it in. Are you seeing it? Yeah. Let me make that window a little bit smaller. All right. Oh, my bad. Hold up. There we go. So that's the ATEM software. So I use that whenever I have to, if there's anything I have to change in the audio settings, I'll change that real quick. If there's any media that I would need to add, which I don't need right now, but if I'm streaming straight from the ATEM Mini, then I have my my little bottom part that I can activate. And in the switcher, that's where I can actually activate that. But besides that, like right now, boom, I can just turn it off, and that's perfectly fine. So you don't need it to stream. So if that was the question, the control software, no, that does not need to be running. And if you were talking about using it with the streaming software, now I'm using it in a combination. So right now it is connected through USB to my computer, and this only sends the video feeds to OBS, to Stream Elements OBS. But if I don't want to use my computer, I have the Ethernet port, the Ethernet connected. If I hit on air on this device, it will start streaming straight away and do the same thing that OBS is doing now. But I like using OBS on the computer because you do have a couple more options when it comes to overlays and that type of stuff. FTR, what's going on? Salute to you. Oh, let's just get into that right now. All right, let me just check one more. Have you heard of a website called Play DJ TV? It's about Play DJ is the official home of DJ streaming, hosting the world's best DJs. It's the largest virtual club experience, only $19 a month. No. I don't know. I think I've seen this come by, but that sounds like a standard promo text, like the official home of DJ streaming. According to who? According to them, and which DJs are actually streaming there now. And are people paying $19 a month to come check streams, or do DJs pay $19 a month to use that to stream? That's what I might as well just look it up while we're here. I saw another service as well doing promo on Instagram. Let me grab that. I was actually having a short conversation with those people because they were promoting like a similar service, and it did not make a lot of sense to me. They were promoting a streaming service for DJs where you can stream from your computer, and they add visuals. So it's not a video feed, it's audio, but they add visuals. And they were talking also as if this was like the go-to, I'm not even gonna look up the name. It was gonna be the go-to streaming service for DJs to all platforms. So I was like, oh, okay, so you guys figured out the copyright issues? And their answer to me was, yeah, if you stream to Mixcloud, there it's okay. I was like, okay, so what is the advantage to using that service when I can already do that right now? Stream to Restream and stream to all of those platforms, and not just with visuals, but with actual video. So I do see more streaming services pop up. They see what's happening. They see DJs are moving towards streaming, and now they're all trying to promote themselves as the platform for DJs. But I don't know. So I have not heard about Play DJ. Oh, okay. So Vest says that the max amount of viewers with the free plan is 30 viewers. So I guess we have to pay 19 a month if we want more than 30 people watching. Okay, so what would be the other advantage to... Oh, they actually got shut down? I'm assuming they fixed the legal issue. Oh, so they've been shut down before, now they're back up. Okay. Colin the Captain, thanks for the follow. Ams Discos, thanks for the follow. I see you. I see you. They promised no copyright complaints. Yeah, Bobby G, it's a platform for all DJs. That's just the promo text. I mean, I could make a website right now and say, like, this is the website for DJs. That does not really mean anything because we already have those services right now. You can use Mixcloud. That is also for DJs, and they have audio and they have video streaming. You can stream on Twitch. You can stream on Periscope. You can stream to YouTube. Now, you will have copyright issues with replays, but we can already do that. So unless services offer something extra, the paid plan has unlimited viewers, but has a 500 limit unless you have a ticket price set. So yeah, I still don't hear like a real advantage. And you see this happen a lot of times also with just like social media platforms. Like new platforms will arise and they'll want a piece of the space. So they'll start to promote themselves. Like I get emails from sites like that. They want to like offer me an account. Like this is the go-to place and we're going to attract this and that type of people. And they're like, okay, but you don't have anything like that right now. And I currently already have 100 places where that crowd already is. I'm not saying that it's not good to test new platforms, but basically most of the time, those platforms will spend their first time to actually get us over there. But they get us over there by promoting it as this is the platform for you, but they don't have us yet. And they need us there to actually make it the platform for us. So like I said, it all depends on if there's an upside. Twitch has an upside because of the type of community feel that you have there, which is pretty cool. And they have their extras that allow DJs to also, once you gain a crowd, monetize in certain ways. YouTube is YouTube, and I have my YouTube platform. And for me, that works great because I have my YouTube family there already. Mixcloud is great because of the copyright. So you do have your audio replay. And for me, even though people don't agree, Periscope is still a good option, especially now because I do have that video replay of my stream. So there's already a bunch of platforms out there. And for this stream, for instance, Facebook is also a thing. So not for mixes, so not for DJs, but for normal live streams, you have Facebook, you have LinkedIn. Once I get approved, Misha, I'll keep forgetting. I have to app you after the stream. But yeah. So, okay, let's see. The issue is aside from attracting DJs, you need viewers. And this, unfortunately, those are on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. Yeah. So, again, with that Play DJ or whatever it's called, even if they attract the DJs, they still need the people. And when we had the Periscope discussion, it's the same thing. Like Periscope does not have the same audience as some of these platforms. But I've been on Periscope for a long time. I have a small audience there. I love the fact that I have my replay there. And some DJs definitely also use that as one of their outlets. Jazzy Jeff still streams to Periscope. And every time he streams us, he has like 1,000 people who watch the stream. So there's already a bunch of options out there. Yeah, so Gerald, like I said, with Twitch, like 75% of my mixes, the replay will be muted every time. So I'm actually starting to delete those old streams because it doesn't really make sense to leave them up. And I want to make sure I stay off the radar on Twitch because that's also an issue now with the copyrights where larger streamers are getting into trouble because they're using music that's not theirs. Okay, so Cleveland Terry's talking to Mixcloud CEO today. Okay, cool. Yes, AMS Disco or AMS Discos. I definitely like the S11. Did not have a long time to test it. Like I had it for 1 week exactly, but I will get it back to test it a little bit longer. Just a quick reminder, and I'll get to that soon. I'll be giving away 2 all-access passes to the Q Up DJ Summit that's taking place this weekend. So I'm actually also saying that so I don't forget it. Q Point 215. Any DJs that go to play DJ, they compete against themselves and their other audience, it seems. Just pull it up. We're spending a lot of time talking about it now, so let's play DJ TV, right? Yes, I mean, cool. They have the slogan, the official home of DJ streaming. But we can already say that that's not what they are. They could become that. I'm never saying that a newer platform can't become something. Doesn't mean that it's them, right? Okay, so I'm looking at, let me just share it with y'all. So we're doing this together. We're in this together, y'all. Let's do a quick reload. Take a look. The official home of DJ streaming. The virtual club experience. All right, so what we're seeing here is a bunch of DJs streaming, and they're all streaming from one same little location. So this is not actual, this is not like we're seeing a bunch of different users live streaming from their home using the service. These are just a bunch of people that they brought in for the promo. But okay, that's okay. Live DJs. What's going on here? Okay, so these are some of the live streams that are happening now, I guess. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. There's 7 sets live right now. 7. Just to be clear, 7. Okay. So yeah, that's basically the thing. Like, okay, you call yourself the home of, and when I go on right now, there's 7 live streams. So guys from Play DJ TV, I'm not saying that to knock you. Let there be no mistake. I'm just trying to make a point to people who've come to the platform and are now spreading the word that this is where DJs need to be. That remains to be seen, of course. I mean, it is a fact that we can see Uncle Dan's music mix right here. Uncle Dan's music mix right here. All right. But that's all cool. I don't want to be unfair because if they're new, they don't have the viewership yet. But, okay, that's that front page. Are you a DJ? Join us. Where do they show more info? I don't see any more info right now. Because like I said, this is basically the same discussion that we had when we were talking about switching DJ software. If you're using a software right now that's working for you, then why would you switch unless you see that someone else has, or some other software has features that are missing from your current software? If that's not the case, there's no real reason to switch. Now, I am actually at the moment still streaming to a bunch of different platforms. And DJs will disagree about that as well. Some DJs feel you should stick to one where you can actually monetize. I think Cleveland Terry was talking about that as well, which is something I can understand to a certain degree. It also depends on if you already have a following, and you have to build that following first. So in my opinion, it is best that you start out and you stream to as many platforms as you can, because you might gain an audience in a place that you weren't even expecting to gain it. And if you choose to then go and make it more limited to a certain platform, then it's your job to try and get all the people to that platform. But first, people have to know that you're actually streaming. So I'm not saying that it couldn't be an option to also use something like Play DJ TV to also spread your word. But right now, that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense because they don't have the viewership. And if you go on the free plan, you can only get 30 people when YouTube is free and Twitch is free. And Periscope is free. Now, Mixcloud is not free. You do have the pro account to live stream. So that's, I think, $11 a month. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think you can stream if you are on the free plan. But I don't see why I would go for another plan. Okay, so whatever. They have some more info, but it's not that important right now. So that's that. Yeah. Yeah, Cleveland said he's going to go fully Twitch once he hits partner. So I understand the plan. Cleveland Terry has a YouTube channel. That's where he first started to get the online notoriety, I think. And that was the best platform to do that. And he's one of the DJs who definitely saw like, okay, we cannot DJ right now. I'm going to commit to Twitch. And he started streaming like a lot. Like, I don't know, it's like 5 or 6 days a week, which is a very good approach if you're trying to build that fan base. I know for a fact that I will probably gain more traction and more followers if I would do like 2 or 3 mixed streams a week besides this live stream that I'm doing on the Wednesday. I currently just cannot do that. I cannot allocate so much time to live streaming, but I know a lot of DJs who use that, and I have a couple of colleagues who are actually already getting some nice monetization going because they're actually treating Twitch like the club. Like some of my colleagues are out here and they're playing like 4 or 5 nights a week. And I'm talking full sets, like starting at 10 in the evening till 4 at night or 11 to 5, like doing 6-hour sets playing. And you can see that the audience is growing. Now, at a certain point, you reach the affiliate level. That allows you to do a little bit of monetization. Partner level takes that to a different level. So you could have a plan where you actually just go for that. And when you reach partner, you really want to make sure you get everyone to this platform, Twitch in this case, and monetize that. For me, it's a little bit different. So I could never see myself like fully do this, but because of my YouTube family. Like YouTube has been my main platform, and that will remain to be the place where I will also always deliver content. And with the mixes, I'll have to see, like at a certain point, if I see that it might not be beneficial for me to do the mix streams on YouTube because now I only have the copyright thing after the stream. But if for any reason I would get like notices from YouTube like, hey, these live streams with all the music, it's not working, you have to stop doing that, then I would just stop doing that on YouTube and just leave it to the educational content. Real quick in between, I saw a question, I don't know who asked it anymore, about my webcam. This is not a webcam. I'm using a Canon M50. So I'm using a system camera over here. And that's basically what I always use. So I'm not using webcams. I have the M50 there. I have a GoPro Hero 5 there. I used to use my GH4, which is my main studio camera, my main YouTube camera. But if you were here for last week's stream, you might remember that I actually broke the HDMI output of that camera. And I started to look online afterwards, and it seems that that is a weak point of the camera. And with some people, that was broken within a month. I've had this camera for years, so it took me a lot longer to break it. I also saw that it's pretty expensive to fix it. So I can no longer use that camera for live streaming because I will definitely not spend hundreds of euros to fix that HDMI port on that camera. I mean, it's still my main camera for YouTube videos and other client videos because it still records videos just fine. I just cannot use it for streaming anymore. So the M50 is now the main streaming camera with the GoPro as my overhead shot. So yes, that is my thing. But if a webcam is all you have right now, then you need to make the most out of it with your webcam. And then lighting is also very important to try to get better quality. We have to keep in mind, he didn't blow up because of his DJing. It was because he established himself as an authority within the DJ community, Cleveland Terry. You have to be realistic with your expectations. Yeah, that's that thing, because I heard Cleveland talking about it, and the only thing I think he didn't mention, and I didn't see the whole stream, is that doing that, going exclusive, going for that monetization is something that is gonna is only gonna work for certain people. So hey Mojax, what's going on? Yes. So I in his case that can work, because yes, he's been establishing himself as an authority. He went about it the right way, by just delivering on YouTube, but especially after that on Twitch, just delivering a lot of content. He went the interview route, where you interview a lot of people, so you get different people in, which will also most likely attract people to your channel. So that's working really well, and he's found his place here, and for him that is going to work. But if you're just a DJ who's now doing a couple of mixed streams, you should not be expecting that you're going to all of a sudden turn this into like a monetization monster, because building a crowd is not that easy to make it that big. So Mixmaster G says, I've got monetization disabled on all my channels. I think it conflicts with the objective educational part. No, I disagree. I disagree to the fullest, because how, for instance, if we're talking about YouTube, how does an ad in front of the video conflict with the educational part of the content? I don't see that as something that would be a conflict. Where there could be a perception of conflict is if you're a content creator and, for instance, you're doing review videos sponsored by the brand that you're reviewing. Then we're getting into a different dimension. Now, and even there's okay, and Mojax already says it's a mistake because the algorithm doesn't like it when you turn off the monetization on YouTube. They want their check, and I can definitely see that as well. YouTube is a platform that we can use for free. They have their monetization system, so they would definitely prefer channels that also activate that monetization. But besides that, I do not see a conflict with objectivity when it comes to ads. So even if I do a sponsored video, which I haven't done a lot, but if I have a sponsored video, but the sponsor is not the subject of the video, I don't see how that conflicts. Now, if in a certain case, a brand would, for instance, send me equipment to do a review, and this has happened a lot. Most of the times, loaners, sometimes I get to keep stuff. That is still only my opinion, and I will stress that. I've never had a brand review one of my videos before it goes live. And I mean, I think it's been pretty clear to people that I will always express my opinion. I'm also smart enough to know that it doesn't make a lot of sense to totally bash a brand when it's not necessary. But if there's flaws, I will point those flaws out. Mojax always does a great job of that as well. He'll let you know if there's something about the gear that is not optimal for him, or a disadvantage, or which could be better. But that's not the same thing as just grabbing something and saying, hey, look, this is trash. Now, I've had something sent to me that was actually just trash, and I didn't do a review, for the simple fact that I'm not going to do a review where it's just going to be a total bash fest. That doesn't make sense to me to do it. So I'll skip that. Let's see, what did Mixmaster say? You run the risk of being branded. I'm in it for the money. No, I don't worry about that. It all depends on how you do it. So for instance, there's a couple of people that I used to check the content a lot in the camera space. Some people I still like to check. So for instance, you have people like Peter McKinnon. And I remember Cleveland Terry actually mentioned him as well when he was talking about this camera I'm using right here, the M50. And he said that he lost faith in the credibility of Peter McKinnon when he saw that he was recommending the M50, which I don't totally agree, because I think it's a great camera. But I do see with a lot of those people, especially I'm talking about the camera guys now, that with some of those people, you would see that they would switch to their new favorite camera every time a brand had a new camera. And some of those guys would be switching from Sony to Canon every 6 months whenever one of the brands had a new camera. Now, you could argue that there are YouTubers that actually make a lot of money and they can afford those cameras and they're actually switching. But then you do start to think like, wait a minute. This could be a case of you're in it, you're getting paid a lot to promote a certain brand. So I'm not putting anyone out there. I have no facts, so I won't say that. But with certain content, you do get the idea of like, okay, I'm not sure if this is actually like an objective opinion or someone's pleasing a brand. But no, I feel that you can perfectly be yourself, speak your mind, and have your videos monetized. That to me is not something, that would conflict. But if you're only speaking highly of every product that you get sent from a brand and you never mention any of the flaws, then it becomes a little bit suspect. DJ Solo, thanks for the follow. DJ Seng, wow, consumption right there. Thanks for the follow. Skate, thanks for the follow. Skatitro, I'm messing up names again. So yeah, I mean, look, it's a good discussion. It's good to talk about that because it is something that worries some creators. Like, hey, I want to make sure people don't think I'm in it for the money. So I understand, but no, I don't worry about that. I know I'm coming from an objective place, authentic place. I don't worry about that at all. Yeah, so they have a new favorite camera every review. It's a money thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with certain creators, I'm not saying it's Peter McKinnon. That was just an example that Cleveland Terry brought up. But some of these channels, and I watch all of them. So the Peter McKinnons, the Potato Jets, you name it. And with some of these guys, you see like for really my new favorite vlogging camera. 2 months later, my new best vlogging camera. Then you're like, okay. A little bit tricky. You don't hear me switch a new favorite mixer, new favorite turntable, new favorite controller every time a new controller comes out. I think I'm pretty steady when it comes to that. I heard Mojax is wearing something special when he hits his next subscriber goal. Oh, okay, I missed out. Mojax, what's going on? New things? DJ Zarif, what's going on? Salute to you. I appreciate when the creator straight up admits and clearly states, I'm getting a check for this. Now, look, those things can happen as well. So, for instance, if someone, and I have this with some videos in the computer world as well, where sometimes they'll have a video out and like, this laptop the new desktop killer? And then the video starts and they tell you like, hey, this video is sponsored by the brand that is supplying the laptop. I'm not going to say that the video all of a sudden has no more value, but I will be extra critical checking out that creator and what info they're going to give me. Because if they tell me like, hey, this brand just sent me this laptop and it's perfect in every way, no flaws, then you're like, okay, not sure if I can trust it. Now, I can look beyond that and I'm going to listen to, all right, talk about the specifics. What are the specs? And if that person then still tells me what they like and what they don't like, then I can still appreciate it. But I will keep in mind that it is a sponsored video. But that still does not mean that it's not going to be, that it can't be objective. Mickey, what up? Salute. I haven't thought about what I'll do for 4,000 yet. Okay. Mojax, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Kawi, what's going on? Thanks for the tip. 8 years ago. Wow. That's dope. All right. So one more reminder for myself. I'm going to be in the next, before we hit the hour, before we hit the next hour. So within the next 20 minutes, I'm going to give away 2 all access passes to the Q Up DJ Summit that's taking place this weekend. I'm going to bring that up on screen in a second. And yeah, then we're going to do this random giveaway. And they're pretty expensive right now. They had a nice Black Friday or Cyber Monday Black Friday deal with a 1 ticket, get 1 for free. But currently those prices are up, and yeah, I'm giving away 2 all access passes. Kawi, I see you. Salute to you. Kirk, what is Kirk saying? Why do DJs bias about DJ software? QDJ is sponsored by Serato now, right? They have a couple of sponsors. I know that they're doing a special giveaway type thing with Serato where they have something called, I think they were calling it like the Serato Scholarship or something like that, where they're giving away all access passes. Oh, my bad. Wrong button. All access passes and a bunch of extras, but I'm not sure what exactly that was. Let me just get my screen back. Hold up. So I can bring the Q Up DJ Summit in here. Oh, this is not working. All right, I'll do it on the screen here. Always forget. Right. Take that over to the other screen. There we go. The Q Up DJ Summit. So yes, they have a couple of different sponsors. It's not presented by Serato, but it's also in collaboration with BPM Supreme, Flow Desk, Honeybook, Phase, and Reloop. So we have over 14 different DJs and people from the industry who are all doing their own little, let's say, TED Talk. They're all going to do talks about different subjects. And we got people in there like Craze, this weird looking dude right here. Cool thing is, I saw Eliza May, and if I'm not mistaken, I think she was in the Saturday Super Session Part 2. I'm pretty sure she was in there. All right, so you got a bunch of different DJs. You got different type of people like mobile DJs, turntablists, all sorts of different DJs. Kilmore from Incubus is in here. Wedding DJs, wedding MCs, all doing their talks, and they have free access. I'm gonna leave the link for y'all. You can get free access, and you can just see the 14 speakers. So that's totally free. And okay, they're still charging $97 here. I thought that price went up, but okay, it is what it is. The all access pass, I'm gonna give 2 of these away today. You get to see all of the DJs talk, but you also get access to exclusive Q&A sessions. So after the DJ does the talk, there's gonna be like a Q&A session with that specific speaker. Now you also get replays. With the normal one, you can only see it live and then it's gone. With this one, you get replays. There's going to be gear raffles. They're going to be giving away Serato DJ suites, a swag bag with stuff in there, discounts to BPM Supreme and I think Phase as well, and other things happening. The bonus things I didn't even check out. So a lot of stuff going on. But giving away 2 of those access passes. Oh, you know what? Let's just get straight to that, and let's keep it very, very, very basic. Let me just switch this one because we got the black screen. Why? Did my power go off? Hold up. I need to have my Black Magic screen back to all the cameras. There you go. So I'm going to keep it very simple. This is not going to be some elaborate type of a contest where you have to go and follow me here and follow there and like this. You see that sometimes they have a contest and you have like a list of 10 things you can do to increase your chances of winning. And you have to go follow all sorts of pages and repost all sorts of stuff. That is not what this is going to be about. All you have to do in order to get a chance to get that access pass is send me an email. Subject of the email needs to be Q Up DJ Summit, and you send that email to sharethenowledge@djtlm.com. I'm going to get all of those entries in, and it's going to be a random pick. Oh, I have to see. I think there's like some free software out there where you can do like random name pick or something like that. But anyways, I'm gonna see all the entries, put them in a digital hat, take out 2 names, send you an email. I'm not gonna do that here on stream and name names. That does not seem like a good idea. I'm gonna mention the winners. I'm gonna give you that email so you know if you're a winner. Let's see what else. What did I just see? I thought I just saw something. Okay, no. Okay. What are they talking about? What did I miss? I love your setup. Thank you. Terry, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually getting a bigger desk. So this desk I have right here, I really love it because it's adjustable in height. Right now it's almost at the lowest. And this is IKEA. It's not like some crazy high-tech brand. I think it's like 70 centimeters high right now. And it can go all the way up to 120 centimeters. So you can use it as a standing desk as well. Now, I'm using an old type of DJ table for my sets right now. And that thing is not stable. It's wobbly. I really don't like it. So I saw that there's a bigger version of this one. And I'm going to get that bigger version. That's going to be the studio desk. And then this one can become my my streaming, my DJ table. So again, like I said, you can adjust the height. So I can do the standing sets for the live stream. But if I ever want to do something with DJ equipment and I want to sit for it, I can change the height. Love it, love it, love it. But this one is actually a little bit too small if I want all of this on here. So for instance, the Rodecaster Pro is always in that corner, but I was just playing around with some music before I got in here, and like I hardly have room to have my M32 and machine on here at the same time. So yeah, this one is I think 120 centimeters, and they have a bigger version that's 160, so 160 centimeters. So that means I'm gonna have like 20 extra centimeters on both sides. That allows me to get a lot more on the table. And I think it's also, I don't know, like 10 centimeters deeper than this one. So yeah, definitely love this for the setup, but that bigger version is on my mind. So that will happen soon. Let me scroll up. Let me see, but because you're having internal discussions as well. I like that. That's all good. But let me see if I missed anything in here. And Timothy, thanks for the follow. Kawi, thanks for the follow. If I didn't mention that already. Really happy to see you on Twitch. Will you be going tips and tricks on here too live? I might do some of that, but I'm getting ready to drop a lot more content back on the YouTube channel because that remains to be the place where that should happen. But there are certain things I want to do here and just live, so on Twitch and YouTube as well. So for instance, I was talking about it, and we need to get back to that because I did not see a lot of people respond. A lot of people got in later, I think. At the beginning, we were talking about the Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So did anyone purchase any good, or did anyone take advantage of any good deals out there? Did you get anything during this Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Now, the reason I say it now is because I bought a lot of software, and I do think that I'm going to do streams where I'm just going to open that up for the first time. So check out new plugins that I bought and just explore them live. And in some cases, you might see something you like, and in other cases, you might be watching and know the plugin, and you can actually help me out to let me know what's what. Ves, you missed out on the Smash Vision deal. You talked about that. I actually looked it up, and I don't know. I did not find that deal on the website. I know I went there, checked, and something was off. Something was not. Either I didn't see it or something didn't work. I remember I checked it because I wanted to just go for that for like a month and just take advantage, get a lot of the new videos in there, and then be out. I don't need to have a constant flow of new videos. Like I said, I have like 1,500 older videos going back to 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So I wanted to just get a bunch of the videos from the last 2-3 years to add to that collection. But yeah, I missed out on that as well. All right, so the Traktor S4 Mark III controller, 15% off. Nice. I mean, it's not like a major deal, but it's off. So if you were planning to get that controller, any discount is good. See, that's my thing. There's crazy deals out there, and I got some deals that were just utterly ridiculous when it came to plugins. So there's certain plugins that I bought that were normally like a couple of $100, and I paid like $5-6. They were like 96 or 97% off. So that's ridiculous. Then again, there's other stuff out there that you have on your list. Like, this is something I need. If by any chance there is a discount on that date, then any discount is dope. Let's see. Terry says, I got Ozone 9. Dope. And I wanted to buy Drip, but I didn't. Yeah, I saw the Drip ad a couple of times. And it looks cool, but I haven't checked any reviews to see if it's actually as cool as it is in that promo. I mean, I got beaten to death with that promo on YouTube at a certain point. That Drip commercial was like everywhere for a certain time. But yeah, Ozone 9, I have that as well. And I already had a bunch of the iZotope stuff here. I have their post-production suite, which has does not have Ozone 9, so I did get that separately, the standard version. But the post-production suite from iZotope has their RX8 and their Neutron is in there, and like 6-7 other things, which is a really good suite for not music production, but like it says, post-production. So if you want to work on audio after you recorded something, there's a lot of dope stuff in there. But yeah, I wanted Ozone as well, so I have that in there. Michael bought Newmark for $265. Which Newmark? Which one did you get? Yeah, and of course, like make no mistake, like 15% off, $9.99 is 150 savings. I totally get you, G. And like I said, for instance, if you were already planning to get that, then being able to get that 15% off is dope. It definitely is. But it did occur to me that a lot of brands are now calling any discount like a Black Friday or Cyber Monday discount, when in some cases it just isn't a lot. So if it's 10% off and it's something that's $50, I mean, that's cool. But that's not like, should I get it now? Or you get it later for $5 more. That's not the difference maker. 150 is definitely a nice chunk of money to save. 100%. Hard hitting. Thanks for the follow. Hard hitting Harry. And then we got oh god, here we go again with one of those names. Where the vowels in here? So we got and I'm missing it. It's probably a word, and I did not sleep a lot, so my brain is not on point. But thanks for the follow anyway. A Reloop Neon for $99. I don't know how much they charge for that normally. I do believe it's more, so yeah. Even Young Guru talked about the plugin deals, saying he didn't need them, but still got them because the price was too good. Yeah, that's the thing, though. And I mean, I definitely fell for that trap as well, because I want to spend a lot of time and do content about new plugins, but I already have a lot, like a lot. Especially because I have the Plugin Alliance subscription. And for now, I took their largest subscription, which is, if I'm not mistaken, $24.99 or $19.99. I have to look that up. But for that price, you get all of their plugins. And they have a bunch. Like, they have a lot of plugins. I have a lot of Waves plugins. Then I have Native Instruments, the complete 13 collector's edition. And I'm missing out on stuff. So I should get nothing. But then you run into certain deals and you're like, that's such a good deal. I need to take advantage of that. Like I said, if I get something now for $5 that's normally hundreds, it's so hard to pass it up. But at the end of the day, I most likely did not need most of those things. But I can tell myself that I'm doing it for the content. And now I have more things that I can test, and I might be able to do some more comparison videos for plugins. But yeah, that is a trap. Back order on the DDJ 1000. All right. Let's scroll up. I think I missed a couple of ones. Okay. A set of AC25s. Nice. I currently don't have them. The pair I have is just totally wrecked. I've had 2 pairs over the years. They were always my favorite DJ headphones. And I will eventually get a pair again. And some deck savers for the SE5 6000 M's. Oh yeah, you had those. Nice. I feel like it's good. 101, just a hard drive, 2 terabytes for $62. Yeah, nice. Hey man, those are things we need. Definitely. And that's the thing. Like if there's something on your list you need and you now get it with a discount, that's always good. Let's see. I have an NS7 version 1. Same here. The fader doesn't seem as sharp as it once was when I first got it. Can the settings be changed in Serato, or can the fader be changed? Now, I don't think setting in Serato is going to help you out now after this time. But yes, you can definitely change the fader. So you can get a replacement fader, or if you want a better, quote unquote, better fader, you can definitely look at InnoFader. They make faders for a lot of different devices. I believe InnoFader has a fader that goes in the NS7. So that should definitely improve that. So just look at InnoFader and see if they have something for the NS7. I think that's your best bet. And how do you go about doing remixes of commercial music to get produced commercially? How do you go about doing remixes of commercial music to get produced commercially? I don't think I totally understand the question. What do you mean about the part to get them produced commercially? Or do you mean you want to do remixes on how to distribute them to get them out there? Because if that's the case, that most likely has to be in collaboration with that label, with that artist. I mean, you can, there's plenty of DJs and producers who just make remixes of tracks, but then they're not official. And I don't think you can just release those through the platforms. Partially from bad experience. Okay, that's a conversation I missed out on, so I'm going to skip that. So once again, if I missed you, just holler at me again. So you used the Reloop RMX 90 DVS mixer. Still relevant and good. Reloop RMX 90. No, I've never used that one. To be honest, I did not use a lot of Reloop equipment. And as far as mixers go, the Elite mixer, which I have right here, is basically, as far as my experience with their mixers goes, and that's a very nice mixer. But no, I've never tried that one. How necessary is it to get a monitor speaker? For what? For DJing at home or during gigs? I don't know. I mean, if you're at home, you want to hear your music. So speakers are a nice addition. I mean, you could mix just on headphones, but having speakers is great. If we're talking about music production, then monitor speakers become even more important because you need to be able to actually hear your music well. Even though that's also possible with headphones. It's not the same experience, but you can go a long way with headphones. And especially now when they have software out that allows you to recreate certain circumstances within those headphones to make it sound like you're listening to certain monitor speakers. But having speakers is always a good thing. So you have to elaborate a little bit more to let me know how exactly you want to use those. I have the first generation machine. Is it worth getting the latest machine? Worth it? I don't know. That depends on what you need. Like for me, I do believe that upgrading from this Mark 1 version that I'm using here is a nice thing, especially the newer version. Like there's more and better info in the screens, and there were a couple of other additions that I liked, but I haven't done it yet, and it hasn't crippled me to the point that I can't make music. So is it necessary? No, not really. But there are certain advantages. You need to really put them side by side. Or do you feel that there's currently something missing? And then take a look at what's going on with the newer versions. All right. Enya, what's the question? Which platform you recommend to live stream mixes without copyright issues at all? Much respect from Albania. So the only one that will give you no copyright issues right now, that's going to be Mixcloud and Periscope. And both platforms do not have the same amount of audience as you could get on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm not even naming Facebook because that's just really a no-go. I've given up on Facebook for streaming because that just did not work. But YouTube will give you copyright issues. Twitch will give you copyright issues. Mixcloud will not. Periscope will not. So those are the two platforms where you will not have the issues. For me, that's perfectly fine. I stream to all of them. And then for the replays, I have Mixcloud for the audio, Periscope for the video. Yeah. Can you do a video tutorial on Crab Scratch? Yeah. That is a possibility. Didn't I do that? No, I only did the transform. I mean, look, you're basically in the same territory as the transform scratch. So if you've seen my transform tutorial, that is basically the same idea because it's all about keeping that fader in a closed position. I hold it in a closed position with my finger. And then with the transform, you're basically tapping it to open it every time. You're doing the same thing with the crab, but with the crab, you're not just doing it. You're not just tapping it open one finger. You're going to use multiple fingers to tap it open. Yeah. And no, this is not the tutorial, but just to highlight what I'm talking about. So let's say it's dusty. Doesn't matter. Let's just say that the sound you're scratching is here. If you want to hear the sound, you open your fader. So you keep it closed and you hold it closed. And then when you tap it, it opens up shortly, but your finger closes it again. So now you're doing your transforms. If you're going to do a crab, you're also holding it closed, but now you're going to pull multiple fingers and tap them against it to create that crab look. Your fingers look like a crab walking. That's the basics of it, but we could do it like a real video showcasing that. And then, of course, it's about practicing so you can actually do that move rhythmically, because that's what you do see sometimes. People see scratches like the crab, and they're like, I want to start scratching, and they just grab that fader and go all out with fingers. It is all about rhythm and flow. So you need to get into a certain rhythm. Yeah. Quest says, Quest says the transform seemed better in the old days when you used the aux switches. Yeah, it was a different experience because it was, I mean, it wasn't a fader. It was really an on-off switch. So the sound is a little bit different. And in certain cases, when you were listening to albums and you heard certain DJs do cuts, you could actually hear that slight clicking sound. That's not the click of the fader that you hear in the room, of the switch that you hear in the room, but there was actually like a little, I don't know if it's like an electrical current, but you could hear a little click in there. So you could tell, oh, okay, they're using that switch. But yeah, that had a little bit of a different sound to it. But a fader does offer you more flexibility, even for the transformer. Do you scratch / fader with both hands, or like me, left scratch, right fader? Both hands, but both hands do different scratches. So if I'm doing crabs and transforms, my right hand is on the fader. So most of the times when you hear me do scratches like that, that left hand is on the deck and the right hand is doing that. Other way around, if I'm doing chirps, if I'm doing flares, then my left hand is on the fader and my right hand is on the platter. I don't know how that developed that way, but that developed that way. And there's certain scratches I could basically do on both sides. You know, like the more basic scratches I can do on both sides, but I do have my preferred scratches, and I need to one day develop that to a point where I could hopefully do everything on both hands, and like a Qbert who's like just ambidextrous and can do, I think he can do any scratch with any hand. Reese, I need to grab that for a second. You're talking about the transformer switch on the 909. And I remember a couple of weeks ago, people were calling me out like, how can you not find a mixer? Because I was showing a certain mixer and I couldn't find one mixer. In that case, it was the S9. I found that. It was right in front of me. But I still have my 909 here. This thing is still heavier than a lot of the mixers. It's really incredible. But, yeah. So, my bad. This one, indeed, you had the faders. It's kind of hard to see with my skin on here, but then it had these little ones right here. And they're going to give you that real quick transform switch. But for me, now it doesn't seem right because I would like to have that switch turn 90 degrees so I could do it sideways. That would make it better. But yeah, that actually still had that. It's still surprising to me. It's every time I grab it that it's such a heavy mixer. Built like a tank. Even though mine is not working correctly, I still have to fix it. So yeah, man, Kawi, like that S11 is basically like the S9 and 909 combined to me. Like you got that center screen, and I really like that. So the S11, like the S9 is now, after using the different mixers, the S9 is still my favorite mixer. The S11 could become that favorite mixer. So I like the Reloop Elite, but working with it is not as comfortable to me as working with the S9 or the 72. And I hadn't used my S9 in a while. So for the streams, I was using the Elite, and for a couple of streams, I used the 72. I really love the fact that the 72 has that screen. So if the 70 came out, that made no sense to me because that screen is what really attracted me to that 72. But then last week, I got the S9 in the set again. There's something about the simplicity of that device that just really gets me like, But when I had the S11 here like 4 weeks ago, that was basically that S9, but now it had that screen that I liked about the 72. So to me, it's a great combo of those devices. That's Mr. Lee, thanks for the follow, and Ken Nice, thanks for the follow as well. Ray Funk, thanks for the follow. DJ Dexter's, thanks for the follow, and that gets me back up to date. So once again, let me mention it. I'm not done yet, but if you missed out, if you didn't hear by any chance, the all access pass for the DJ Q Up Summit taking place this weekend with all of these fantastic people speaking and all of the nice extras. You can get free access. So any of you can go and watch any of the 14 plus speakers this weekend. There's free access to that. But they do have that all access pass with all the extras, and I'm giving away 2 passes. So send me an email, share the knowledge at djtlm.com, and make sure that the subject is DJ Q Up DJ Summit so I can easily find it. Sometimes my inbox gets full, so using a search feature and just typing Q Up DJ Summit will help me find all of the emails faster. So if you want a chance at winning that, just send me an email. That's all you have to do. No tricks and crazy things like follow me here, like me there. Just keeping it short and simple. But yeah, I get hyped when I talk about that S9. I just notice it. I mean, I knew I liked it. I've been using it for years. The 909 was my favorite scratch mixer for years. The only trouble I started to have with it was like, okay, I love the mixer, but I have to bring my SL1 every time, and I have to connect my dicers every time. Damn, it would be great if I could have the dicers in the turntables and have the audio interface in the 909. Now, there was a video online on YouTube back in the days, like before the S9 was here, I think, where a company did a custom build for Jazzy Jeff where they built the dicers. I don't know if you remember the Novation dicers, those small controllers. They built them into two SL1200s, and they built an audio interface into a 909. I was like, yeah, that's perfect. So when that S9 came out and I saw that, I was like, okay, they just took that 909, same type of vibe, but now they have the audio interface in there, what I needed. And they had the performance pads on there, so I don't have to bring my dicers anymore. And I kind of broke my dicers. But to me, that was like amazing. Now, the 72 was great. Really, really like that mixer. The Reloop Elite is great too, but just compared to the other two, I'm not the biggest fan of the, and I'm doing a full review, mind you, but it has those up faders that you use to control your effects and the amount of effect. I find that it's not the way I prefer to work. I really like just the two big knobs, the two big switches that the S9 has, and the 72 has a similar feature that just activates that effect. That just feels better for me. So that S11 kind of built on that. Plus, it's a little bit taller, so now your gain trim switch knob is not besides the EQ, but it is above. So it now is back to being a normal channel strip, which I also kind of like. My first mixer was and is the Rain 62. Got it new in 2016. And then the S8 came out. I mean, you probably mean S9. And I'm like, oh, man. Yeah. But look, that's going to happen all the time. There's always going to be newer stuff. Always. Always, always, always. So I try to stay away from that. Now, if you're about to upgrade and you know for a fact that certain brands have a period when they release new things, and with DJ equipment it's not that cut and clear. So compared to, for instance, phones, like with an iPhone, I know every year around September they're going to announce the new phones. So if I know that my plan ends at a certain time and I want to get a new phone, so in this case, I'm not even doing that. But if I want to get a new phone, I should probably wait until the new phones get announced and get released, and then I can get the newest version. With DJ equipment, it's a little bit different because it's hard to tell. Like, it took a long time before that CDJ 3000 came out. So there was probably already a couple of years where people were like, all right, I see Denon has all the new stuff. I see this brand has all the new stuff. Pioneer is going to come out with their new players. And that definitely took some time. Just imagine if you were waiting for 2 or 3 years before you went out to buy because you were waiting for the new Pioneer. So I try to stay away from that as much as I can. If the current device has everything I need, then it's dope. I mean, sometimes you're going to run into that where you buy something and maybe a couple of months later, something comes out that just blows that thing out the water. And then you're like, oh, I wish. But then again, that doesn't mean that the mixer you have all of a sudden isn't good anymore. DJ Jeet Chicago, thanks for the follow. Salute. So yeah, that's the thing. I saw a SRT 1000 question. What do you think of the DDJ SRT? Oh, here's the same thing, Harry. Will there be an SRT 2? I don't know. It could be. It could be, but maybe not. With Pioneer, it's always tricky because, let's be honest, when they had the SZ, at a certain point, they released the SZ2, which basically had no new features. The difference was very small. And it already started to look like, okay, Pioneer's probably going to step away from the whole Serato thing because they have their own software. You started to see that whole new R line come out first with controllers for Record Box. And there we go again. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it was pretty clear. Come back. There we go. It was pretty clear that they were going in that direction. So I would think. But then you see that they're now still releasing new controllers that, in fact, are also for Serato. Or same with the newest one they released, that Flex, is it the Flex 6? I keep forgetting. That is Record Box and Serato. Like, both of the logos are there. So I would have I could think that, yeah, I don't know if they're going to do another SRT. They have this one. They're focused on all the other things. But with Pioneer, it's hard to tell. Sometimes they release a new version. You're like, oh, word? You're still doing that? Okay, cool. SRT isn't that old. I wouldn't expect them to come with a new one now, especially since they have a bunch of new controllers out. And like I said, that Flex 6 is also out there. I mean, it's not the same category as a 1000. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for them to do it now, unless is there anything that would be missing from an SRT that could be added to an SRT2 to make it something new? Yeah, Vest, it sounds like a PC part. I got the new FLX6 graphics card. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Heard they're pairing with Allen and Heath too. Though who? Wait, did I miss something? That's what I meant with Traktor kind of lacking earlier. I meant hardware, not software. Kind of. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, there have been some issues within Native Instruments. I don't know much about it. I remember that came out, I think, a year ago, that they were like firing a lot of people. And you see that happen with companies sometimes. Like I think Traktor or Native Instruments is focusing more on their whole software line, the virtual instruments and the hardware for studios, more than DJ equipment. Because yeah, like for instance, if like I said at the beginning of the stream, if I wanted to do Traktor with DVS, I would need to go buy a mixer for that, and that would be the Z2. That has been out for a long time, and indeed, there hasn't been any new versions. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But as far as an SRT2, yeah, I don't know. Reese is waiting for Pioneer to come with a motorized jog wheels. Motorized and built in PC. Yeah, so basically just like a standalone with motorized platters. Which technically, of course, is possible. But I don't know. I don't know how large the market for that is. If that is something that that they would actually look into. But yeah, I'm always for that. If there would be a nice, like, good standalone device with a great size jog wheel that is motorized, I mean, you could fantasize about all sorts of things. Like, for instance, if you look at, like Mixmaster G was talking about his 6000M. Those have a pretty nice size motorized platter on there. I mean, it's not like a Rain 12 size, but that's like super big. But if you have like a nice standalone device that is a proper unit with a nice mixing section and the two motorized platters, but standalone. So let's say like an NS7 with maybe larger platters, but standalone. Yeah, dope. Yeah, Qbert was on a mixer. I forgot the name of that that they were working on, which had a computer built in. I saw that video too. So the DJ software was in there. I don't even remember what it was running on, if it was Windows or Linux, but they had the computer was inside the mixer. So the DVS is all built in, including the computer. And yeah. All right, Mixmaster G says it's a nightmare to nudge the 6000M platters. Yeah, I haven't tried the 6. I have the 5000M, which felt very nice to me, just reminiscent basically of my NS7, which I was used to. So to me, that felt really nice. I only have one. Otherwise, I would love to do sets with it. Like also the streaming sets will be cool, but I'm gonna connect that 5000M this week just to give it a test again to see how that felt, because I honestly don't remember. Yeah, but Vest, I definitely remember that that mixer, but I think that basically was like a promo or prototype, because I haven't heard anything about it after that. I don't even remember the name. know if we're gonna find it like this. The Invader mixer. That's what it was. It had the Invader mixer. Or Invader, basically. Let me see. Is he showing it here? No, in this one he's just doing. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's
I always wanted this fucking computer in the mixer. Goddamn.
That was this one right here. We had that computer inside of the mixer. So the concept is pretty cool. Oh, you guys aren't hearing the audio. I turned that off, right?
There's going to be originally 33 of these devices originally made, handcrafted here in Southern California.
So it seems to be working nicely. Touch screen with a computer in there. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was a cool looking concept. But this video was already from 2 years ago, I think, or was it 2019? NAM? Yeah, from a while ago. So I don't know, that might still happen. I mean, of course, now with COVID, a lot of production also slowed down. This is not like, it wasn't like a large company. So it could be that there's just a delay, or it was a prototype and they still have a lot of testing to do. Now, to be honest, I don't know if I would want to have like a full-on computer like that in there. But I had the same feeling when I first started to use DVS and I had to bring a laptop. That's just an internal thing where you're like, hey, I'm putting all my faith in a computer. The thing also is, if anything happens to it, you lose your mixer and computer and audio interface in one. But then again, I mean, a lot of standalone devices do have basically a computer in there, but not like that. So I don't know if I would be the biggest fan of having like that entire system in there. I think when I'm DJing, I'd rather have like with the RX2, for instance, or with that Prime 4, where you have just a nice size screen that really shows you everything you need to see well, the players and browsing. I think that would be perfect for me. Rhythm City Podcast, thanks for the follow. Jory, if it's Jory La, thanks for the follow. Cooler Soul, thanks for the follow. Salute to all of you. Thanks for joining. So yeah, no, I don't think it was this year's NAM. Wait, I just saw it. Let me get my window back. Give me my window back. This was January 27th, 2019. So yeah, the time flies. That's already that long ago. So we'll see. What up, Spiller? What's going on? Yeah, we had fun on Monday. That was a fun stream, by the way. I wasn't planning to play that long, but the y'all kept hanging around, so I had to just go on. But that was a lot of fun. And let me quickly check what Mojack said. Mojack said the same thing about the Prime series. You walk in, log in, and you're off the mixing. Yeah, that just looks like the basic way to go. I mean, what you saw Cuber do, like a touch screen and a computer, it's cool. But to me, it's like I don't need all of the extra. I think it had that because it also allowed you to just choose your software. So you could load in Traktor or load in Serato. I think it could do all of that. So I understand the extra, but we'll see. Maybe once those units get out and they're out for a while and it's all steady, that I would change my mind or actually give it my trust. But like I said, that trust has to be earned. Same thing happened with playing with DVS. I kept bringing vinyl for the longest time before I actually went out the door with only my control vinyl and laptop and my my SL1, or before that, actually my my Final Scratch device, the Final Scratch. What's that audio interface called again? The 2. I keep forgetting. I'm just gonna grab it. Always fun to grab some relics. There we go. This right here, the collaboration, Stanton and Native Instruments. This was before Traktor was a thing. And this was a final scratch. And this was the second version. They had a smaller, black little round plastic version, which worked on USB 1. And this right here is the version that came after that. This is like a solid metal build, built like an absolute tank, which ran on Firewire instead of USB. It had the MIDI in, MIDI out. This was really steady, worked really, really well. So I used this for quite a long time. It's called Final Scratch 2. Now afterwards, that collaboration ended, and that's when Native Instruments just started to do their own thing, and then they came with Traktor. But the software, the Final Scratch software, actually resembled a bit of that Traktor feel because Native Instruments made the software, so they kind of built from what they had with this. But that first version was a mess, though, man. The Final Scratch 1, like I said, a little plastic round type of device, and I remember my colleague used to have it, and half of the time he would connect it, his computer would tell him that it was a USB hub and not an audio interface, and then he had to like reconnect it a couple of times to get it working. So yeah, I'm glad I had this one. I have the first version, Fine says, but I can't get an authorization code from anybody to get it working again. Wow. I'm not sure about that. I mean, it would be fun actually to see if I can get this puppy to work. But I would have to find a way to connect the FireWire to my computer as well, because we're not using that anymore. That's for sure. Now, Fines, I understand that it wasn't like everyone had that same issue, but I knew a couple of DJs who had that issue with the Final Scratch 1. So that could have been just compatibility between different types of computers and that device. But for some DJs, that was an issue. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, I don't want to go to a club and connect and then not have my audio interface do what it's supposed to do, because then I can't start playing. So yeah, I would have to get like a FireWire to USB converter and find the software, and that's going to be online. Now I still have my my code. That's the cool thing. Is it? Can I read every letter? Oh, damn it! I think there's one number I can't read right now. Damn it! The serial is on the back. I would have to actually go online and check my Native Instruments account, see if that is still registered in there. You tried Native Instruments, but they gave you the runaround. That's too bad. Like, I mean, I can understand that like these legacy devices that they're not staying up on that. But yeah, Fines, we need that code. But like I said, there's like 2 numbers that are not visible anymore, that are scratched out. So I have to go online and see if I can get my code to work there. Hello, Matt, thanks for the follow. I see you. It might be a problem to get that up and running beyond Mac OS El Capitan. Well, I'm on Windows, so that's going to be a whole different situation as well. I never used Final Scratch with a Mac. I wasn't on Mac back then. I was using my Windows laptop when I was on that. Or you have to find an older MacBook that still has the FireWire 800. That's true. My old MacBook had that too. Yeah. Let me quickly see. You should be able to unlock Traktor version 1 with that. A word? So Traktor with the Final Scratch audio interface, you mean? I could give that a try as well. Yeah, that's cool. I might take a look at that as well. Acer Gray, what's going on? Salute. Let me quickly see if my Traktor is even if my Final Scratch is even in my Native Instruments info. It's probably not going to be in the what's it called? In the I forgot the name. What's the thing again? In native access. Like back in the days, you would go to Native Instruments and just download software off their site, and now they let you do everything through their native access. So let me see, but that only shows me my software, not my hardware. No. I have to go to their website. I can't see that here. Oh, I have an update. Got to do that later. So I have to find that and check that out. Actually, I want to know. I want to look that up. See if I can find that info. Whoa, that's not right. I had a lot of fun with this unit, though. Like, that was my introduction to the whole DVS world. And like I said, this device actually, like, this beast was definitely steady. So I did put my trust in it to a certain degree. I just didn't trust computers enough, so I would always bring vinyl. And that took me a long time before I actually stopped bringing my vinyl. I'm going to quickly just log in online on Native Instruments, see if they actually mentioned my my old device. Probably not. We'll see. Let's see. My account, my products. Yeah, I highly doubt that they're going to mention that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Is that the same thing? Dope. Okay. Yeah. My serial number is in my account. It's just called Traktor Final Scratch. I was looking for Final Scratch, but it's called, actually is called Traktor. Was it called Traktor Final Scratch back in the days? So it was already called Traktor? Damn, I didn't even remember that. Okay. So then I need to get a converter, and then I will be able to actually see if this could work. Cool. The other that works with many versions is Traktor Audio 2. Works with lots of Traktor and Scratch versions. Also very cheap, under $100. Yep. Fine. You have that black MacBook. I had that too. Mine died. At the time when I bought it, I didn't even understand that that was like a special MacBook. That was my first Apple computer. At that time, the black MacBook was out, and I had no idea that that was something that was not normal. Like my Windows laptops were mostly black as well. And I just remember the first couple of times I came out with that MacBook, people were like, yo, you have a black MacBook? I was like, yeah. And they were like, that's not normal. The rest are not black. Yeah, my battery was toast at a certain point too, so I could only use it with the power connected. And of course, that's not something that's going to be trustworthy if you're going to do gigs. If anyone would walk past and just get that power out, that would mean everything shut off. And that has happened to me twice. And then I was like, okay, I cannot do that anymore. Plus, a lot of the software I used just couldn't run on that anymore. It was too old, and it was really slow at a certain point. So, yeah, rest in peace to that MacBook. That MacBook went around the world with me. I took that on tours. Ran into some crazy situations with that laptop as well, where I had to do like overseas last minute finding a new hard drive because the hard drive died. We went to the Caribbean to do a special show for Heineken. It's called the Heineken Regatta. So it's like an event with boating. They have like a boat race going on. It takes place on St. Martin. That's a Caribbean island. And we were going to do a show there, and we had a show on a different island called Curaçao. And my MacBook died while we were there. The hard drive died. Now, luckily, I was doing the show with Brainpower. He also had a computer there, his MacBook. He had the same black MacBook. And I had to, over the phone, tell my girl how to open up my computer and upload files, my music. I wasn't carrying like flash drives with extras back then, or like portable hard drives. And I had to spend a long time on the phone. International call cost me a lot of money to explain to her how to start my computer, get to the right software over the phone, not seeing a screen, tell her how to upload certain folders. And that took ages, but I was able to download those. So I had my music there. So for the show, it wasn't a lot, but I also had to DJ on the next island. So I had to get all of that music sent to me as well. And I bought a new hard drive on Curaçao, found one that had the same hard drive, got it in there, got everything working again, spent all night installing Mac OS again. Memories. But yeah, man, that black, at a certain point, it was just I could not use it anymore at all. And we need trustworthy equipment when we go out to play. So, yeah. Steve Jobs himself did the spec on that. He also had one himself, Nerd Factoid from Spiller. That's dope. Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of fun with that one. And the chord really came out too easy. So that's it just happened. Like someone walked past my set while I was playing and just kind of probably just gently like got one finger stuck behind the chord. Boop, everything out. And then you have to reconnect, restart the laptop. The whole time you have no music. Yeah, terrible experience, but it is what it is. And I never knew that Black Mac was special either. The boy, what up? And that's why I always push for bootable backups. Yeah. And like I said, at the time, I didn't even have like if it was like even a year or two later, I would have been carrying around like flash drives or like a portable hard drive with all of the stuff I needed. So in that case, I could just take someone's laptop, plug it in, and be good to go. Because you don't want stuff like that to happen. I don't want to ever have to do that overseas international call to try to explain to someone who does not use your computer how to do all of that. Yeah, but it all worked out. All right, let's see. All right, so just to get back to it, let me see if I can get some in there. What did I buy? I bought a bunch of plugins on my Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I bought a lot from Plugin Boutique. They basically show a lot of deals from a lot of different brands in that place. And most of the times it is for the same price as it is on the brand's website. I always check to see if there is a difference. But if there's not a difference, then I'll just go there and do it there. And they also do things like give you extra plugins. So there's a couple of things that I got for free when I purchased a couple of plugins. But I got a bunch of different plugins from, let me see, how can I pull them up? Go to your account, and then it just shows you, right? Yeah, so a bunch of different stuff from WA Production. I didn't know that company. They had a vocal cleaner, a vocal compressor, of course. Not that I needed that because I have a bunch of software that can do all of that. But I was like, okay, it looks kind of cool. And this was very cheap, like a super discount. This was like 97% off. And now it gives me software to compare to the transient shaper that I have here, vocal processing that I have here. So that was just like a super good deal to take advantage of. Now, the one that I did really want to get and that I got now is Sublab. That is something that I really wanted to get to try out, is to make your own basses and also 808 type kicks. I mean, there's plenty of kits out there that will give you kicks, but this gives you the option to really really create your own. Hold up, I'm passing it. Okay, I don't have my wait a minute, because I do not have my mod online here, and I see something I definitely don't want to see here. Let me see. Let me take this out. Wait, how did I do that again? Last time I was able to be my own moderator here, and now I can't do it. because I want to get that one comment out of here. Whatever, I'll do that in a minute. So Sublab is one that I was really looking forward to adding to my collection, and I paid, let's see, how much do they charge for it normally? I don't know. I think normally it's around 60 bucks or something, and I paid let's see, a lot less. My orders. Let me see my order. Damn it. First, you could see in one place you could see like your price and the normal price, and I currently can't see that anymore. Where is Sublab? And after that, I'm getting out of this. I have to actually be able to show you, but I'm going to do that in a different stream, like bring out new plugins I bought just to show you what it is. And I bought Big Clipper. That's also something I wanted to try out. Where is Sublab? Wow, I'm not even seeing it here. Or I bought that here? Sub. All right, if I'm not finding it now, then we're going to leave it. I just wanted to check my price, what I actually paid for it. I think I paid like 20 for it instead of 60. Okay, whatever. Let me get back here. And let me see how I can... let me get rid of that. Yeah, I'm in my chat on Twitch. I should be able to get this out of here. Last time I just saw how I could do that, and now I'm not seeing it. Okay. What up, Celine? What's going on? Salute to you. And Vanilla Rice. Click chat and channel. Yep. Royal Singleton, the Isotope had some great deals, and the vinyl plugin is still for free. I think it's still for free now. I got that as well. I talked about it in my YouTube video. Like it's vinyl is not a DJ tool, but it's a nice little plugin that can manipulate your sound a little bit. DJ Voicey hard drive for what purpose? What is your go-to hard drive for 2020 and streaming software? Whoa. Yeah, indeed. Hard drive for what purpose? So hard drive in your computer, external hard drive for storage, an external hard drive to connect to your computer to, for instance, edit videos off. There's all different purposes for hard drives. So for instance, in that computer that you see over there, if I want to add extra storage just to store files, so maybe projects that are finished, or just to have a place where I can store music that I don't use all the time, just extra storage, then I could go for like a normal traditional hard drive, which is way cheaper, and you can get like a very large drive for a nice price. But if it's going to be a hard drive that has to be used for either my project files or my media cache or my operating system, then I want a lot faster drives. And I'm going to do SSD, or in my case, I have 2 NVMEs and 2 SSDs in there. If it's portable, also a portable drive that you want to carry, or just an external drive that can sit on your desktop. So Mixmaster G is absolutely right with that question, because that is important to know. Let's see. Okay, what did I miss? Yeah, I need to get into the moderating view. Indeed. Well, it's not that bad. It's only one comment right now, so don't really have to worry about that. That's my camera. Let's go. My back. Yes, I am. We got another follower here. We got Roblox Noob. Yeah, man. Yo, there's a dope app in Roblox called Splash, which allows you to make beats. I mean, you're basically selecting loops to play, but they have nice sounds in there. My youngest makes beats in there as well, and some of those beats sound really dope. Carrie Pausadar. Carrie Pausadar. If that's it, salute. Thanks for the follow. And Arn1, thanks for the follow as well. And then we got Animoya. I'm probably not saying it right. All the way from Greece. Hello to you. The boy says Samsung, period. Seagate for the mechanical. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of Seagate external hard drives as well, just the desktop hard drives. I'm a big fan of the Samsung, the T5s. I mean, I have the T5. If I would get a newer one, I would get the T7. Just the format, super small, super fast, durable. Really, really like those, especially if it's something you have to carry around. Then that is a great option. I don't think I brought mine with me, actually. Normally I have it with me. But yeah, that is something that's dope to do. What up, Nash? I see you. Okay, Timothy, one more time for the giveaway. Very simple. You just send me an email, share the knowledge at djtlm.com, and make sure the subject is Queue Up DJ Summit. That's all you have to do. I'm going to collect those emails, and I'm going to put them in that digital hat and just pick 2 names, and the winners will get an email from me with the exact information of what you need to do. You're going to get a code and a link, and then you can just purchase the ticket. You enter the code, and then it recalculates, and the price will become 0. So that's it. If you want the chance to win a free all-access pass to the Queue Up DJ Summit this weekend, send me an email, share the knowledge at djtlm.com with the subject Queue Up DJ Summit. That's it. That's all you have to do. We got DJ Jason Music or DJ Jason Music. Thanks for the follow. So that's basically it. What's your favorite DJ? I don't know if I have one favorite one. This also kind of depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about like DJs or turntablists or combination of. I mean, I will always name some of the same names in there. So Jazzy Jeff has always been high on my list. DJ Cash Money has always been high on my list. DJ Scratch has always been high on my list. DJ Premier, even though it's less for the all-out skill, but just the way he commands the crowd and rocks the records. So those are some of the DJs that I really appreciate, really like watching. Scratch Bastard, I'm a big fan of Scratch Bastard. Some DJs I still haven't seen a lot of full sets. I know them mostly from their three-style competitions and some showcases. So DJs like SK83, I see how they get busy when it comes to turntablists. Of course, you have the Q-Birds and the Legends and the DJ Crazes that I really like. And then you also have a lot of the French DJs who are just killers when it comes to turntablism. There's a lot, but I hardly ever check DJs. That's the only thing. Like most of the DJs I mentioned, like the Jeffs and the Cash Moneys, I've seen live or played live with them, for them, after them. But I hardly go to clubs, so I hardly see and hear DJs anymore. So there's not a lot I can name. And yeah, Mixmaster Mike, definitely one of the legends when it comes to turntablism. The whole X-Men crew, the Beat Junkies. That's what I grew up on when it came to the whole turntablism movement. More than that, some of the earlier DJs as well. Salute to All Star Fresh from the Netherlands, one of our turntablist pioneers over here. So plenty of DJs. All right, let's see. I use a USB mixer to hook up my DJ set to the PC. What do you use? I use a lot of different mixers. Now, back in the days, I used to use an audio interface and a separate mixer. So, for instance, like we were talking about earlier, I had this, and then I had different type of mixers that I used at that time. Then I went to Serato with the SL1, and now for the last years, it's been S9, Pioneer S9, Rain 72, and then the runner-up, the Reloop Elite. Those are the mixers that I'm using right now. Dr. Jeremy is still here. What up? And The T7 gets very hot. Okay. You have to return it. Okay. Because the T5s do not really have that. They stay actually nice and cool. So it all depends on what I would use it for. Like if I needed an external drive to connect to, for instance, a computer and to edit DJ software, edit videos off of that hard drive, then the extra speed might be a thing. Then again, the SanDisk Extreme Pro, like Mixmaster G is mentioning, they're great for the CDJ usage. And the SanDisk Extremes, is that the same one? They also have like one that is also the same size as that T5 and T7, about the same size, also high speed, crazy high speed. Not sure if you answered this, but how do I get Muzz? I think you say music. I get my music from DJ pools, and that's basically it at the moment. Like back in the days, of course, for the longest time, I bought vinyl. And after that, I still bought some vinyl, but I was downloading, not legally. And in most cases, I actually had the vinyl, but I was not playing with vinyl anymore. So I would just download the same music I already had on vinyl. That justified it for me. I was like, this is basically just a digital copy of what I've already bought. And I paid a lot for all of that vinyl. Then for a long time, I started to buy CDs and just rip the CDs. And when the digital DJ pools came up, that was definitely the route I went. And I tried a couple different ones. And that is just a great source for music. And you can get a lot of music there. And nowadays, of course, you can also choose to have some of that from DJ pools and stream music in your DJ software as well, because most DJ software will allow you to use a streaming service. So BeatSource, for instance, BeatSource Link is now available in a bunch of different DJ software. Tidal and SoundCloud are also available in a bunch of different DJ software. So that helps as well, because that allows you access to music that you might not particularly think about buying, but now all of a sudden you find out that you need it. So yeah, there's lots of ways that you can still get music. How do you get labels to send you music? I actually hardly have that. I am on a couple of lists, so I do still get music from Def Jam. I don't even remember how I got on their list, to be honest. Every now and then I get emails from them with full albums in there, and I have no idea how I got on that list. You could always just try to reach out to labels, find out their contact info, and see if you can get on a mailing list. But I don't know how much of that they actually still do, or if they let DJ pools like DJ City do that. I'm not sure. But you could always reach out. Just find all of the contact info. It all depends on which labels. Like the smaller labels might be easier to approach. Large labels, you might not reach the right person. But you could always give that a try. NS6 Mark II versus DDJ 1000 using Virtual DJ. DJ Amazy MC. I could not answer that for you. I don't think I've ever tried the NS7 II. I tried the NS6 II. I tried the NS6. That was a nice controller. Off the top, if I had to pick one of these two controllers, my pick would be the DDJ 1000 because of the size and the way larger jog wheels, or way larger jog wheels. I can't tell you if one of the two would be better for Virtual DJ. I could not tell you that. DJ Hebe or Hebe, salute to you. Thanks for the follow. See. Royal Singleton, what's a club? Yeah, I hardly remember either. I don't know. It was a place where we used to be sometimes. Is a DDJ 400 a good choice for a new DJ? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's one of the great entry-level controllers that we have out here, everywhere. I mean, there's plenty of entry-level controllers that will get the job done, but it definitely works very well. It has quite a few features. Mixmaster G says the T5s can get warm too when, for instance, synced from scratch, but not hot. Yeah, I think so too. Like I don't remember mine ever getting like hot. It probably warmed up a bit, but not actually get hot. Marcus Franklin, what's up? Just Anomaly, let me get the... Did I just call you Anomaly? Anamoya, let me get the 400 for a sec. I actually had it on screen earlier. So just to give you an example, well, hold up, let me give you two examples. Just to show you what you get on semi-entry level controllers nowadays. So this is the DJ 400. So you have your full mixing section right there with your EQ trim and a nice low pass, high pass filter on it. I'm a basic DJ. I don't need a lot. So with a filter and my EQ, I'm already pretty good to go. But then you have your performance pads that are here that allow you to do hot cues, beat loops, beat jumps, and you can have samples in there as well. And then they even have secondary features where you can put a lot of effects here. So they don't have an effects section, but you can control effects in the DJ software from here. That is basically all I would need, but that's way more than you had on the original like entry-level controller. They did not offer you this much. So there's that's what you get on that entry-level controller. Jog wheels aren't big, but they're definitely not the smallest. This one I haven't used yet because I couldn't get it to work with DJuiced, but I'm going to use it with, I think with Virtual DJ, or it worked with other software. But basically, you can see it's the same type of vibe. Again, you have your EQ, you have a filter, they have the performance pads, roughly the same size jog wheels, even though these do not feel as smooth as the ones on the Pioneer. And these tempo switches are way shorter. So I would pick the 400 over this. This does have a couple of nice features for beginners where you have like an assistant where a light shows you if you're playing in sync already and some other things. But I have to really test this before I can tell you more about it. But there's a couple of brands and their entry-level controllers will all have that similar look. But from the 400, from experience, I know it works really well. Right. Oh, Cleveland is already done. So he had the guy from Mixcloud on, right? Yeah, and I missed that. We missed that. Do you know how to edit mixes with Sony Acid? No, I've never used that. I've never used that. So I can't not tell you anything about that, DJ Spy. I'm sorry. Also have a look at the Numark Mixrack Platinum. Yeah, Spiller, great point. That's entry level, but that also has a built-in screen. Is it the same price? I don't remember that though. I think it's roughly around the same price, right? So like I said, I mean, there's good options now. Nowadays, if you're starting, an entry-level controller is not just a device with platters and start, stop, and tempo. You get a lot going on with those entry-level controllers. Robbie was up. Can you make your last mix public to watch again? So as I explained earlier, you can actually see, you can hear the replay of my my live streams on Mixcloud. So I uploaded every episode to Mixcloud right now. So mixcloud.com/DJ TLM gives you all of the audio replays, but my Periscope will give you the replays of everything I've done there. So just to illustrate real quick, here we go. This is me on Periscope. So if you go to periscope.tv/DJ TLM, you will see all of my mixes right there. So this is the one that's currently happening. I'm not going to click. That's happening right now. And here you have an overview of the rest of my mixes. And then it tells you, blah, blah, get the app. But you can just click right there. And then it will start.
Hold up. I know what it is.
Stream. There we go.
You know what? Let's just start it off like this.
You probably can't hear it now.
We got the audio going on right now. I don't want to keep y'all
waiting. Oh, no, that's still on, right?
DJ TLM, the last Mohican,
yeah, you can hear it now.
Live from Amsterdam City. This is Crates episode 7.
The replay is right there for everyone
we'll see.
To grab.
I'm not even going to get into whatever happened here. I might do that on Wednesday during Sharing Knowledge. Right
full
now,
version. I've edited it so it starts at the right point, so the whole beginning is off.
I have audio now.
And that's it. So periscope.tv/DJ TLM, and that's why I like Periscope. They don't have the issues yet with copyrights. That is not a problem up to this point. So yes, make sure you check that out. Okay, so Cleveland is still on with Nico from Mixcloud. All right. I'm going to see if there's any more questions. Otherwise, we're going to just shut this down. And for the people on Twitch, we're going to raid Cleveland real quick so we can tune in and see what's happening there with the guy from Mixcloud. DJ Invest is tuned into both. Yeah. So, again, I'm here every Monday with a live mix called Crates. And check Twitch, check my website, DJ TLM TV, and everywhere else for that info. Every Monday, Crates with the replay on Mixcloud and Periscope. And every Wednesday, you can find me here for the Share the Knowledge Live, where we just talk DJ. So I think we're going to do that switch and raid Cleveland just to see real quick what's going on here. By the way, TLM, I've been uploading mixes, video mixes, but after a few, they're being pulled out. Yeah, try Periscope. They will stay on. Thinking of buying a streaming computer, DJ Mars, how much longer do you think we will be twitching? Live streaming is now a part of this whole thing. That's not going anywhere. Trust me, that's not going anywhere. Even when gigs come back, streaming will remain here. A lot of people have now found a place where they can actually not just showcase their DJ thing, but really be themselves. And even when DJs get gigs again, they might not stream as much, but it will continue on, definitely. So even when we start to go out again, this will still be there. That's my opinion. I see it that way. I'll continue to stream. I know that much. So thank you to everyone for tuning in. DJ B-Side, thanks for the follow. Sergio, thanks for the follow. Everyone, thanks for the follow and the support. I'll be back here on Monday with a new episode of Crates, my mix show. And in the meantime, you're going to catch some new material on YouTube as well. All right. And there's a lot of people out there that might not have club gigs, even when, we're rating Terry. So even when the club gigs might come back, for a lot of us, there might not be club gigs straight away. So that is something that could be a long time before you actually have a lot of gigs. In the meantime, you can stream and get it on. Yo, the boy, thank you for the subscription. Salute. I appreciate that. Did I get Cleveland Terry right? Or did I do the rate thing wrong again? I did the code wrong again, didn't I? Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I'll fix that in a second. Let me close a couple of windows here first. Get that out the way. Anything else we have to get in here? No, right? 1 second, people. I have to check something else for a second. Yeah, DJ Spy, salute to you. Chris Strain, salute to you as well. Who else? Dr. Jeremy, as always, thank you. And that's it. See, good, you're still in here. Salute to you too, man. All right. Let's see, did I do the raid code wrong or am I just not seeing it here? Did I use the wrong slash again? That has happened to me a couple of times. Let me see. Where did I post it? I'm not seeing it anymore. Where is it? Yeah, it's not just raid in its name. You got to put the slash in front of it, right? I just did that, but I don't see it appearing now. Or are you seeing something I'm not seeing? Yeah, I put the slash the wrong way. I did it in the Twitch app. I just did it in the wrong direction. And of course, I have to make sure that I write Cleveland the right way. There we go. All right. So we're going to check out Cleveland Terry, who's currently in a conversation with Nico from Mixcloud. And Mixcloud, of course, is a very interesting place when it comes to live streaming because of the fact that they have dealt with everything legit. So you're not dealing with the copyright issues. So they've probably already discussed a lot. Just in case, we can go check that out now. So to all of you, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
On building tools for this community, and for DJs and artists and creators out there. And so